We're live.
And we're live.
Welcome to the Bardic Inspiration Podcast, boys. I'm your host, Brad the Bard.
It's been a while.
It has. And today my guests are Avery and Brett from UltraViolent.
Yes.
What's going on, guys? Tell me what's good.
Oh, what is good? That's a good question. Well, it's finally good to see you again. It's been a while.
I know, man.
How long has it been?
Dude, I saw you at, correct me if I'm wrong, All That Remains concert at
Yes,
Reverb.
that was the last time we did see
It was a
it.
good time. You guys, I remember I almost shed a tear because I saw you guys just tearing it up on stage. And I'm like, these guys are so young. They're coming such a long way, man. It's just made me so happy. It just got me hyped. You were an animal on stage. I love that you, not only are you doing really good moves outside of being good musicians, like you're actually hustling on the business side. Like I see you guys making moves on the social media. Like it's honestly impressive. Like the coolest thing about your band, or maybe even you specifically, because you're the one that posts most often from what I see, is you are just grinding super hard and on these posts for you're in two bands.
Yes.
You're making mad moves, and there's dudes that are like twice your age trying to make it happen. And they can't, and it's awesome to see that it's working for you, man.
It all depends on how much you want to put into it, really.
Yep.
If you don't want to put anything into it, and you're like, oh, where's my chance? Well, you ain't gonna get it. You know what I mean? You gotta do the grind work, and that's what makes the other stuff so much more, what's the word? Meaningful.
Yeah.
Rewarding.
Yeah.
It just makes everything so much better.
So you guys just played a show on Thursday, opening up for.
That's right. August Burns Red and Silverstein.
Silverstein too. I didn't even know.
Yeah, and another band,
Silent
Planet, off the West Coast. Yeah,
nice.
They're really cool guys too.
Nice, man. That was it's a pretty loaded card there.
Oh yeah. When we found out we were playing that show, we were very.
Where was
ecstatic.
that? That was at the Chameleon Club.
Chameleon Club, yes.
Chameleon
Yes.
Club.
Lancaster.
Yes, there was about 1,000 people there. It was sold out in 3 days. We were like losing it, you know.
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
We didn't even expect to get on the show. Like
Oh,
I saw,
man.
Yeah, no.
I was scrolling through Instagram and I'm like, oh, August Burns Reds are playing. They're playing at Chameleon, whatever. Cool, I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 days later, I'm scrolling through again and I see on their page right at the bottom of the flyer it says 1 TBA, and I'm like, I can do something about that.
Oh, man.
I'm like,
That's awesome.
I'm like, let me talk to some people. Like, we'll figure it out. And we even talked right from that moment. We're like, okay, this is a shot in the dark, but we're gonna go for it.
So you had hooks into the venue how? Like you knew the guy that runs a place, you knew
Yeah,
a promoter.
Jeremy Weiss and Spencer Carpenter are the guys that I had talked to get us into that.
They're the guys that are doing the booking there?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's really cool, and they're really tight with those guys, August Burns Red, because they're from that area. They're from Lancaster.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
know
August
that.
Burns Red. Yeah, it was their
Small
hometown
world.
show. That's why it was.
A big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
It was a
It's-
huge deal.
I was talking to their drummer Matt Griner, and it was funny because he said, "Yeah, right after I get off here, do some things. Right before our show, I'm actually going to my neighbor's house to mow his lawn real quick, and I'm coming back and playing the show."
Yeah.
So I thought that was really funny.
That's funny.
But-
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
For sure.
It was crazy. Just seeing them. He came walking down the street. Me and Brandon were on an Instagram live stream, and out of nowhere, here comes Matt Griner, drummer of August Burns Red, and we just turn around and we're like, "Is that Matt Griner?" And he comes walking. He's like, "What's up, dudes?" And we're like, "Yo, get on our live stream!"
Yeah.
Like steals my phone, and he's like, "I got a message for the people of Pine Grove." He's like, "Sweet Arrow Lake. I got some relatives that have a cabin up there."
Yeah.
He's like, "Best place to go vacation." He's like, "I want to go to Pine Grove."
And
That's
he
what
goes-
like,
he goes-
we're like, all right.
And he goes, he's like, one day if I ever get the money, I want to buy a cabin down there. So just know that. It's funny.
Yeah.
Really
That's
funny.
awesome.
It was so badass.
Yep. But then we also took that opportunity of like playing in front of so many people to drop our album on that day in physical form, with digital copies coming like right after. Which right now, as of right now, we are the album's out on all platforms. So
That's awesome.
it's really.
I definitely want to check it out. Hopefully we can figure out a way, while we're playing, we can listen to that. That's going to be great, because I didn't even get a chance to listen to it yet. When did you
Right.
drop it?
We dropped it Thursday.
For
Saturday?
the show.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
dropped it Thursday,
man.
but as of digital, it was only yesterday.
Nice.
So
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Fir-
now it's-
first dibs to the
Yeah.
The ABR people.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't,
they
even,
got
I don't
it.
even feel that bad then. I thought it was out for a little longer than
No,
that.
no.
I wouldn't have even had time.
No,
you're
it
good,
literally
you're good.
dropped. Yeah,
Yeah.
it literally dropped yesterday.
That's
all
epic,
good,
man.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
For sure.
Do you have
But
a
yeah.
favorite
You want
song
me to-
on the album?
Ooh. That's a good question. It changes every week.
Yeah, really.
For me personally, it's whichever one I haven't listened to in that time. So like, cause I do the mixing and the mastering on it. So
You did it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I see your little studio. You stay going on live in
Yeah.
there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Is that in your basement?
yep.
Nice.
So pretty much whichever one I'm not working on is the one that's my favorite because I don't have to get sick of it at that point in time, if that makes sense at all.
No.
So like if I'm listening to song A for 2 months straight trying to mix and master, song B is my favorite because
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because it's just the different one.
Overplay it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mine, I'd have to say, the one that I'm really digging right now is Float. That's been, I just listened to that like 10 times today. I'm really digging that song because a lot of these songs, before they come out, it's like you don't really expect them to be that way. Like they kind of take their own character when they're finished and recorded, as opposed to being a project for 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's really different being able to put the CD in and listen to it yourself, not from a critical standpoint, but from just like a
listener.
and just being able to actually experience it rather than being super picky about it because it's already done
It's
with.
done, yeah.
So all you can really do at that point is just take it from a listener perspective and really indulge what you've created.
And it's hard making that transition because it's like, you go for so long scrutinizing your own stuff and then you're like, now I can just listen to it and that's it. There's no change in it, so don't even try,
Is it similar to your older music, like the album 5?
No.
So
Kinda.
we took 2 of our favorite songs from the 5 EP, re-recorded them for the full length 5 and Agenda. Re-recorded them because we felt they were really good songs, but they just needed justice done to them. They needed to sound good.
Yeah, they need the recording that they deserved,
Yeah.
because we really
awesome.
thought those songs.
So we did that, and overall the album's definitely heavier. First time doing screams, a lot heavier breakdowns, lower tunings, just fucking around with
your
everything
bass
that we
was
can.
like super floppy, lowest string.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I'm so proud of how the
G.
bass sounds on this album. Dude.
yeah, I am
great.
too. Dude, the bongo, it's kick ass,
It's
man.
crazy, and
it
he
is crazy
uses,
awesome.
Dark Glass preamp. What's it? A Dark Glass.
Dark Glass
Uh,
B7K.
Yeah,
something like that.
B7K.
It is. Oh my god,
It's
so
crazy.
crunchy, so awesome. But
That's great.
yeah, you'll hear it when we listen to it or whatever.
Yeah, no
But
doubt.
there are a few times where it's like you like sit back and you're like, because it's like the bass is so heavy.
Like
it's
I don't even listen, like when I'm just listening to music in general, I don't listen to the bass that much, but when I hear this album, I'm like there's certain parts where I'm like,
oh,
yeah,
that
like
slaps.
give me that, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
So it's pretty cool to be able to do that, and for us as a band to be able to say we made it that way. We were able to shape our sound because we had all the control over everything we recorded, and during the whole mixing and mastering process, we were able to make everything sound just the way that we wanted to.
Yeah, that's amazing that you're behind it too, because you're going to guarantee that you have something to be proud of.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not a shot in the dark where, okay, here's a link, here's your mix, we don't know what it's going to sound like, and
if you don't like it, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then your money's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a part in it too. When we were building the studio, that's an initial investment. The cost it took to build the studio, everything you create in there afterwards, you did it. You don't gotta pay a dime to anybody.
Yeah, it's very
Minus
nice.
the time. of
Right.
course,
Oh,
It does.
yeah.
It
Do you
does.
feel like through making this album, like you've sharpened your skills of doing this? Do you think,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you're good enough where you could offer this service to like another band?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've actually had a couple bands reach out to me. For Truvia is one of them. They're in the local scene.
shit.
Yeah. They want to do some work with me, and I just it's humbling. Because from my standpoint, I'm always so critical of everything that I do, and I'm like, this could be better. This could be better. But then someone else comes along and says, hey, I want to work with you. It boosts
No,
it boosts you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
when they see your work and they're like, oh man, this guy's getting after it.
Yeah, yeah.
What software do you use?
I use PreSonus Studio One. I like to say it's the best one, but that's probably because it's the only one I've used.
Yeah,
To be honest,
you know.
you could have started me on any software, and I'd tell you it's the best one just because that's the one I probably would have gotten used to right away.
PreSonus has done us right.
We use Logic as well for doing like synth and piano kind of
Oh,
stuff
that's
going
cool.
on. Yeah, so
What kind of interface do you have?
also a PreSonus audio box. It's an 8-channel,
Joe, can you
1818V.
close the door? Just plug this guy in here.
Yeah, so it's a USB interface. It's got 8 channels, which I initially bought the 8-channel one because when we did the 5 EP, we wanted to get Brandon's drums, and that's what we needed because like a 2-channel wouldn't cut it. And we had a drum mic set up that we were able to use, and that was our first experience, recording pretty much anything was the 5 EP. And you could tell over the last 3 years from there till now, like it sounds like it was 2 totally different studios, 2 totally different bands. It's a new us, and it's the us that we want to be able to show to the public. Like it's really awesome to have a product that we can finally say, hey, go and listen to this. You know what I mean?
Because it was so long that we were like, oh, well, listen to this song on the EP, but like, don't listen to
Don't listen to this
That's
one,
not
you know?
really us anymore. That was really our let's figure things out stage. We only released 5, like, it was everything from the song 5, how heavy it is, if you're familiar with it and everything, but also to songs like 1,000 Miles Away, where it was literally like an 80s ballad. It was like
the EP
we didn't know what we were gonna do with the band. We didn't know what direction it was going in, so we had this mixture of songs.
I liked 5. I can't remember the name of the song we used in our.
Punch you in the face.
That's my jam, bro.
Dude,
that shit is so like the kindred spirit of the young soul. You know what I mean?
It is, to be honest. Yeah.
I loved that. Like that song is when I think UltraViolent. That's the song I think.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a quality tune, honestly.
We
you had
talked
the rain
about
sound effects in the beginning.
Yep.
That shit was so cool.
We talked about revamping it for this next thing. I don't know. It will have to be different. We want to make adjustments to like the main riff, to the vocals. But we talked about maybe, kind of like taking the song and giving it a makeover. Something
We'll
like
see what
that.
happens.
Yeah,
the EP was really more of a demonstration of like, okay, we exist, we're a band, here's our versatility.
Yeah.
And then 3 years later, we're doing all the behind the scenes grind work to finally put out a product that lets us say, hey, okay, we're actually the real deal. You know what I mean? Like
We're serious,
Yeah, we hope you fuck with us kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it was really awesome. Like, I'm really glad we took our time with this to make it sound good and make it the best it possibly can be, because we didn't want another situation where it would sound like the old EP. We wanted something fresh.
No doubt.
Something new. And I think it is. I think it's a sound that I don't really know how to describe it, but when I listen to it, and I don't mean it in a bad way, I just mean it doesn't sound like other music that I hear. I don't know if it's the fact that like the bass pops, the guitar cuts, everything. I don't know, it's just the way that we wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Like if we're listening to music and we're not hearing something that we want to hear, we make it ourselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
we can do that.
This is everything that we wanted to hear and wanted to put out there.
Like,
and
exactly. We were like, yeah, this is good,
What are some of the bands and artists that you were listening to that maybe helped you get inspired to write a lot of the stuff on the album? What are you into right now that's influencing your writing?
I would say for the 2 heavier songs on the album, Hey in the Needle Stack and Cataclysm, definitely Wage War. They were one of the more modern metalcore acts that I had started getting into, and it was really the first time where I was like, okay, yeah, breakdowns are the shit. Like, I was like, I can mess with this, you know what I mean? And from there on, I listen to the whole spectrum. I'll listen to deathcore. I like Shadow of Intent. Sometimes I'll listen to it for the meme. Like, I just want to hear a pig squeal right now. You know what I mean? Like, just give me something. Like, give me Like, let me see how heavy you can go. And then I'll have like an indie song on like right after that. Like I'll listen to John Mayer or something like that right after that. I can go from here to here, and whatever mood I'm in, whatever I'm listening to, really influences kind of the song that we're working on at that point in time.
For me, it's like kind of the same thing, and I mean it when I say I listen to like all types of music. Some days I'm like, I just want to chill out and listen to some like orchestral pieces. Some days I'm like, I'm into funk. I might be into modern pop,
Yeah.
We've been jamming to Billie Eilish. I actually really like Billie Eilish.
We all do.
We all do. In the band, we all like Billie Eilish. And that's weird because you wouldn't think that we would, but we do. And I listen to some things heavier than us.
I kind of want to say A Day to Remember.
Yeah, same here.
no.
Day to Remember has influenced, well, I don't know, kind of influenced it with like the half scream, half sing. When you get to choruses and all that. So yeah, they kind of planted that seed in my head, I guess. But I don't know. I listened to a lot of pop punk in the past year. Sum 41 is like one of my favorite bands of all time.
Same, bro.
Them and Metallica. So yeah, I mean those are my influences, but I'm kind of all over the place. It's not often though that I listen to stuff heavier than us. Just on my own time. I do. And I enjoy it when I do, but it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know, whatever I'm feeling like listening to lately.
Yeah. That's awesome. So like you were saying you were into like the orchestral stuff and the funk. The guys I just had on Inner Urge, you should definitely, dude, they slap, bro.
Yeah,
the bass on, there's a track by them that I messaged the guy that I had on. There's I can't remember the name of the song. I think it's like 2-Track Mind or something. It's track 4 on their CD. Bro, the bass is just boom, 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 boom. It dominates the song and just it's so chunky.
Oh, that's good.
So, dude, I think I'm definitely gonna throw some of that.
Yeah, I'll check them out. Inner Urge, you said?
Yeah, the Inner Urge.
Where? Let's see.
There and the top one.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you had Avery in here too?
Oh yeah,
we have Avery in here right now.
Yeah.
Did we play with them? When I was in
we played with Avery one time.
Yeah,
at
same.
the Champ, we played with them.
Oh,
Avery.
I played with them at Reverb with either The Climbing or Scarlet Moon. I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I used to think that's what band you were in.
That would make sense, right?
No,
Yeah.
because then I put the pieces together. I'm like, no, wait, isn't he in UltraViolent? Is he in both? Who the fuck is Avery? Like, I don't even know who they are. I'll have to reach out to them. Come on my podcast and let me re-listen to your music.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're a lot lighter than us.
Yeah,
yeah. They're really good. I respect those guys. They're cool.
What's the guitar player in that band? What's his name?
I don't know.
I
I know they
couldn't
have
tell
a
you.
guy named Ben. I think that he might be the drummer.
Fuck.
I don't remember.
There's like is it a black guy?
No.
No.
I
I
think
can't
so.
remember. There's this guy, I can't remember what
Man,
band
we're
it is now.
disgracing this band right now. I
Yeah,
feel so
for
bad.
real.
Like, I feel so
Yeah.
bad.
There's not.
Yeah,
the same
sorry.
day, there was this guy that had this dude. He had this pedal board that was super dope, and I just talked it up with him. We just chopped it up, and I can't remember his name now. He might not be in that band, but it was a
If
good
you guys
dude.
are watching, we're really sorry.
Yeah,
we
for
don't mean
real.
to,
No doubt. Whatever.
yeah.
That's how it be sometimes.
It does be
How
like
many?
that.
Yeah, shit. How many bands have you been with that you played shows with? You can't
Oh my
possibly
God.
remember them
Yeah, that's true.
all. You know.
Yeah.
Play a lot of shows.
Yeah.
A lot of stack shows. Where it's
Yeah.
like 7 bands.
Wow.
Yeah.
How-
Well, it took me well, you guys were super young the first time I played with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
all
had
still in
to,
high
we
school.
had
were
to be
16,
16,
yeah.
17.
Yeah.
We were 16.
Yeah. And then I saw you again. I'm like, oh shit, dude, these kids are grinding it up, bro.
Yeah.
They're chopping this shit, the scene up, man.
Someone's got to do
3
it.
years.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
for
Someone's
real,
got
bro.
to.
It's awesome, man. You're getting after it, though. So, like, one thing I wanted to ask is, do you have, like, who's your favorite bass player? Because I know you play bass.
Oh.
And who's your favorite, like, guitarist? Or maybe, like, your top 3, if
Dang,
picking a
yeah,
top
yeah.
one
I'd
is
have
too
to
hard.
say,
Well, he asked you first, so you're going to go
Yeah.
I'd have to
first.
say one.
I'm going to grab a water quickly.
Yeah, do you?
I'll have to say one is John Entwistle of The Who. He was absolutely amazing. Like, I mean, like not even human, dude. He was ridiculous. And his playing style, he had like 50 different playing styles that he just adapted to for whatever reason. And then I would say the second one is John Mayung from Dream Theater.
Absolutely.
He's so technical with it, but he's like, he's just made himself a machine. Like, he's just turned himself into an actual machine. And
Did you hear the new Dream Theater album?
The concept album?
No, the Distance Over
Distance
Time.
Over Time.
I didn't even know it was out. I don't think they've ever been really good at promoting.
So good. Definitely check it out. There's a song called Paralyzed on there.
Cool.
Yeah, but
Cool,
then
dude.
your third guy.
Oh, third guy. Honestly. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. How could I say? Yeah, no. This is my number one for artistic reasons and everything too. Cliff Burton of Metallica. I can't believe I almost forgot Cliff Burton. He's definitely my main inspiration on bass.
Like the reason you picked up bass.
Yeah, even though I would say John Mayung and John Entwistle, I think, are better. They've surpassed Cliff in skill. That's because Cliff died when he was 24 years old. But what he had done up to that point was he revolutionized it. He totally changed it. And I mean, and I see I'm wearing a stupid cowboy hat that I'm like.
That's a pirate
That it's
hat,
like,
sir.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Is it? Yeah, it's a pirate. Boy, maybe.
Yeah,
I still
don't
think
worry
it-
about looking in that camera
Tits
or over
a hole.
here.
Yeah.
Just look at Brad.
Yeah.
I still think it looks like a tortilla chip. I don't really know.
My
I don't know.
God.
Honestly, now that we're on the subject of the hat real quick, this is super tight and like on my head. Like I'm
Yo,
getting
you
a
don't
headache.
have to wear it the whole time, man.
All right.
Brad has a small head.
All right.
That's not even, dude. That was gifted to me, and I don't have a small head. It's
No, it's
slightly
pretty
above
big.
average.
It's just like as I'm sitting here the whole time, it's like
Yeah.
it's like slightly.
Just let it
squeezing.
ride higher.
Yeah.
Just place it on there,
Mhm.
or you can
But-
take it off.
but
Alex
anyway-
Price took his off. like a
Anyway,
scrub.
with Cliff Burton. Hear that, Alex?
No.
Anyway, with Cliff Burton, just the way he plays is definitely a thing in my bass playing. Like his scale runs that he does bass fills all the time. I do bass fills all the time. I learned how to do really good bass fills from him, and it is definitely apparent in our music the effect that Cliff Burton has had. Rest in peace, Cliff, because he was taken way too soon. He died in a bus accident in Norway or Sweden when Metallica was on tour. It is a shame.
Yeah,
It is a shame.
I know that story actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sad.
It's tragic.
But yeah, he's definitely my number one all time.
That's awesome.
You know, I took this whole time while you were explaining to try and think of a top three. I don't know if I did yet.
Yeah.
Well, number one, James Hetfield. Not to sound like that guy, but I mean, I think at least 80% of rock guitarists started out playing guitar, learning, Master of Puppets,
Yeah.
Ride the Lightning. It was no different for me. I loved Metallica all my life. They're my influence. They got me into the heavy music.
Yeah.
When I first started playing guitar, I didn't play heavy stuff. Like, the first song I learned to play on guitar was Sunshine of Your Love, Cream. Yeah.
What was the first song you learned to sing and play at the same time?
Polly by Nirvana.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Mine was Wonderwall.
So you're that guy.
Of course. Anyway, here's
You're that guy at the party.
I'm not that guy. I was that guy.
You
at
were
the
that
party.
guy at the party.
But I'm not that guy. Like the only guy who did that. That's
like-
like most guitarists I know. That was
Yeah.
the first song they
mine
learned.
was Wonderwall. Pulls acoustic out of nowhere and starts playing.
No, but the only reason I remember that being my first song was I had gotten the role of being the vocalist of this band, and I'd never picked up a microphone before in my life.
Oh,
And
man.
long story short, that just kind of happened. And I remember sitting down with an acoustic and trying to play, and I was like, and I was like, Polly wants a wait, shit. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
playing the wrong notes, and I'm like, oh, I'm never going to be able to do it. This isn't going to happen at all. And now here we are. It's just second nature.
That's awesome.
So I got to do, just practice, no matter what you're trying to do.
Mm.
Just put a little bit into it, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
um,
awesome.
Number two, this might be a weird one. Darren Malakian. It's weird.
Malakian.
He said, I hear it said both ways. System of a Down
Mm-hmm.
guitarist.
No, that's awesome.
Honestly, reminds me of Nick from Scarlet Moon,
Mm-hmm.
because his live performance is just unlike anything I've ever seen. He does the down tune thing that we do, drop C, same tuning,
Mm-hmm.
and I just love System of a Down because they're so out there. And
You have a 6 string and you're playing in drop C.
Yep. Yes,
that's
heavy
low.
ass strings,
That's low.
beefy slinkies. 11 to 54s. That's right, or 56. One of the two. Whatever. I just buy the one that looks like it's yellow and says beefy on it.
Beefy boys.
But yeah, we're the beefy boys. But yeah, they're the same tuning, and growing up listening to them, I just remember like his tone just had so much balls to it. I'm like, I want to sound like that. And it's not that his tone was scooped or anything. It had a lot of cut. So much mids in there that just cut through everything else. That's why when I'm playing my mids are at 7 at least on my amp. Like a lot of people that play metal, they'll cut their mids, but then they go on a stage and you can't hear their tone. It's because all you hear is gain and fizzle.
Yeah.
But that's why I think part of our live sound is good, is because I always stress having those mids up, and same with Danny, our other guitarist. I'm always like, you gotta have them up, and I just think it makes the guitars, it gives them their own space to shine. It gives Avery's bass its own space to shine, and it gives the cymbals its
So
own
you
space
crank
in the
down your
drum.
low end?
Yeah, I'm only at 5 max on the low end. My gain's only at 5 max, and it's heavy as balls, you know what I mean? You don't need a lot of gain. The less gain you can actually get away with, the better when you're playing live and when you're playing heavy stuff.
Yeah,
It really
you lose
depends.
clarity for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Especially when you're running through the PA after your chain.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been there, man.
I actually have a lot of, I think high mid. Yeah, I put high mid. The bongo is a 19 volt preamp, so it's 18 volt, 2 9 volts going, and basically has a 4-band EQ on it. So it's literally, I have bass, high mid, low mid, treble that I can just adjust, and I think I use a lot more like high mid. I like that growl, so I kind of jack that up, and then it's like, it's awesome.
thunder.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
On
it
its
is.
own, it kind of doesn't sound like as good, but like when you throw it in a mix, it's just boom, it comes to life.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like we'll be tracking his bass in the studio, and we're like, this sounds like shit. And then you play it with the song, and you're like, this is the best bass tone I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, I
how that
mean, you
works.
can get it to sound like really awesome on its own, but then it just doesn't have the same effect in a mix. So then we have to like make it sound like ass, and then we're like, all right, it sounds really bad. Let's put it in the recording now. And then we're like, perfect, Like, it's like perfect.
It's good.
Because it's
good.
different when it's different when it's oh, we can hear it live than on a recording. You kind of just have to mess with it.
Yeah,
and then you
like
see it,
he
and
doesn't
it
even
sounds-
use the dark glass live that we use
I
on
don't,
the
no,
recording
I don't need
because
to.
it wouldn't sound the same. I don't know.
No, I don't need to.
Yeah.
What do you use live? What's your live rig? If you could
live
give me
rig?
like a quick rig
Well,
rundown.
I got my bass. I got
And that's
an
an
instrument
Ernie
cable.
Ball, Music Man.
He's
I
got
got
a
my-
bass. He's got an amp.
I got an instrument cable. I have my
This
amp
fucking
and
guy.
speaker. No, I actually have an Ampeg Portaflex 500, and what that is, it's really portable. It's nice to carry around. Like, it has wheels on it, and it has a flip top design. So basically, the head is inside the amp on the handle. So you unclip it, you unhook it, pull it out, flip it, and hook it back up again. The head is drilled into the lid of the cabinet.
That's
so
dope.
it's really convenient. You can just put like waters in there. That's what I put my waters. I put my cables in there, and then when I get to the show, just there, done. It's nice.
That is cool.
It is really badass.
And it actually designed our new light rig.
It did.
It designed
Yes.
the design, inspired the design for our new light rig that.
You guys
He
play
drew
with
plans
the
for
lighting? Oh, man.
Yes.
Yeah, we have new
Nice.
lighting now.
Did you
We
use that at the All Remains show?
No.
No,
We did
Yeah, I
not.
was gonna
We
say,
just
there
built
was
it.
some lighting stuff there, but that was house.
Yeah,
Yes.
we just built it actually.
That's
It's,
Built
dope.
it.
it's really cool. His
I'm
brainchild.
actually curious about that. That's cool.
So, basically, we bought. We have 8 lights. They're motorized, and you program them to your set because we play to a metronome now. We use samples, and we wanted to take it another step up, so we got some lights.
So you play with a metronome live?
Yes.
How does that work?
Brandon has in-ear monitors. Our drummer, Brandon. He plays to a metronome, and we follow Brandon.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's cool.
We listen to the drums. He's hearing the click track.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those? Like, I've seen them where they have like a watch or
Yes,
an
the
in-ear
Soundbrenner.
metronome.
They the ones that do like the vibration. We had looked into those, but I don't know. I just don't want to fuck with it. To be honest with you.
You want me to put it away? Can't handle
No,
it.
no, I can't handle. Yeah, that was good.
I'll
No,
put
it's
it here.
fine.
I'll put it here.
All right, sweet.
If you decide to
And when
grab
I want
it
it
again.
back.
All
When
right.
I get it back, I just.
Your hair's just
My
like
head.
it flows perfect again. Like look at that. Man, I wish I had good hair.
But no, I was at work one day and we had played a show. It was the first show of 2019. We played at the Lizard Lounge
Yeah.
in Lancaster,
Yeah.
below the Chameleon Club, and we were only able to use 4 of our lights. And this is all because of how long it took us to set up. We were only able to use 4 of our lights. We had to take all the cables, figure out how to plug them into. Now, thankfully, we were the first band, so we had a lot of time to set this shit up. But it took us like a little bit over an hour to get these 4 lights set up. And we're like, okay, if we're actually gonna do this, consistently, and we want to look good, like for when we're not the first band and we only have 10-15 minute changeovers, we need to come up with some. So I was at work one day and I was like, dude, what if there was just like a pedal board for our lights? Like, it sounds so ridiculous, but just some way that everything's pretty much all plugged into each other. We take it, we carry it on stage, boom, plug, go. So that's what we did. We built a box. It has a lid on top, and on the other side of the lid, the 4 lights are drilled into it. The lid just flips up and around and sets on top. All the cables are screwed down into the thing already. So all we really have to do is plug the 2 boxes into each other. They're all in order, like the lights are in order and everything's all good to go. Just plug in our fog machines on either side of the boxes, connect it to our computer, and it takes us like 5-10 minutes and we're all set.
Nice.
We got 8 lights.
Oh, you have a computer that
instead
it
of
goes
4.
into?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Who mans that live? Brandon.
live, yes. Me and him usually work on programming, like all the samples, like the stuff that comes through the front of house speakers, on time, like all the bass drops and the synth. We work on that, and me and him have been programming the lights to our show as well, which is 100% the biggest pain in the ass I've ever done within the past 5 years of being in the band, was programming these lights. It took us over a month and a half to program lights for a 20-minute set, and we want to change our set list up, and we're like, we'd love to play new songs, but it's gonna take us fucking forever to get new light show and all these samples. And it's like it's bittersweet. We'd love to play all the songs off the new album.
You ever see those lights that react to the percussion of like the band's like pace?
Yes.
Those are probably hella expensive. I've never looked into that myself.
Well, the thing about them is if you cheap out on that kind of thing, when you're playing live, especially our heavier style that we play, all the light is going to hear is just so the light's just going to be like fling, 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 you know what I mean? And it just isn't going to look good. It's just going to be the whole time.
So you have the lights programmed against the metronome that Brandon's playing with.
Yes.
That's dope. Dude.
Yeah, it's actually pretty wild.
Does that keep you tighter, seeing like the lights flash? Like, does it kind of keep you like ready for that big boom? Like, I feel like that would.
It is.
We've only played a couple shows with them, but I will say, at least to me personally, it kind of boosts my.
Makes you feel awesome.
Yeah,
makes you feel
it gives you that big dick energy when you're up there. Like,
hell yeah, bro.
Like, you get up there, and you've got these crazy ass lights and bass drops, and you're like, we're kicking ass right now. You know what I mean? And then it just boosts the morale of everyone on the stage for that whole time, and it does work well. I think it really does. We played last night in Stroudsburg, and we used the lights, and I just think it tore up the place. It was awesome.
Yeah, especially because we've tailored it just.
We actually have
it has a whole new visual element.
Oh my god, absolutely!
It
gives us a whole new look to our band that goes along with the whole new sound that this album is. That's what we wanted. We wanted a new look with the new sound and giving them both at the same time.
Yeah,
and it was really important. New logo. It's actually really funny I mentioned that because in the front of these light boxes, we were able to cut out our new logo that says UltraViolent across the front of the box, and on the inside of the box we have an LED, so our logo's on the front of the box just shining. Oh my god,
it looks really cool.
That's super cool.
It is
sweet.
Everyone out there that's listening is probably confused as hell, so just come out to a show.
Yeah.
Just come out to a show and see it for real.
That's awesome. You should definitely like post stuff on your Instagram about like do a rundown. I'm interested.
Okay.
Tag me in that shit.
All right.
I want to see it.
It is pretty wild,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, the post that we just made on our Facebook, our most recent post, recapping the Stroudsburg show from last night, has a picture of that setup in there. So if you want to go on there, you check that out. Anyone wants to go on there, check that out. It's pretty cool, but nothing like seeing it live and in action. Like
Yeah.
pictures, you're like, oh, they got 8 lights, but when you see it live, it transforms the room. It's badass.
No
It's
doubt.
crazy. It just sets the mood. You know what I mean?
100%.
It makes people want to watch you. It makes people take you a lot more seriously. It's like, what the hell's going on? They got all this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, I gotta find out what's happening right now. And
Have you ever felt like using that gear makes you feel like the headliner, and the next act's like, we gotta fucking
Yeah.
follow that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of the point. Like,
Yeah,
we
that's
want
kind of the point.
we want to
That's
look as
awesome.
best as we can.
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
Yeah.
if we're blowing everyone away night after night, you know,
Yeah.
someone's gonna, you know, finally pick up on that.
Yeah.
And really, you know, treat us more seriously
Yeah.
and respect. And no disrespect to, you know, anyone else. We strive to look like the best band
Yeah,
out there. You know
I
what I mean? I mean, every band, you know, wants to look like the best band out there. So
Well, you guys really take your art seriously, and
Thank you.
I really
We do.
appreciate that. Like, I've seen you. When did you start your band? How old were you guys when you started?
14. It was
Get outta
2014 when
here.
we
Yeah.
started. Yep. Late 2014, about October.
September.
2014. Yeah, we met in marching band. That's how all the members met.
yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Pretty
You have a
wild.
new member now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Danny
Yes.
Corey is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I don't think I met. I think I met him briefly once at that All That Remains show.
No, he played at
He played Trapped in Saliva.
Were you there for that?
Oh,
You might have been there at
That
Trapped.
might have been the last time we seen you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, because you were talking about the Smash tournament.
Yes. Yes.
That is
Yes.
that is where we saw
Yes,
you.
that is correct.
That's where
Dude,
you had seen him.
Trapped.
What
You-
about him?
Dude, that fucking lead singer is so narcissistic, bro.
Oh my god, dude!
Do you remember
I
that
see,
guy?
I see all the
Holy
videos.
shit.
I see all the videos on YouTube. That I don't know if you watch Spectre Sound, Glenn
Mm-hmm.
Fricker on YouTube. Oh my god, he makes posts about Trapped, and it's like, Trapped's last fan.
Yeah.
and it's got him with a poster, and he's like, yeah, man, my favorite song's Headstrong.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
It's
like
a banger, bro.
I love that song. And I guess they supposedly stole like Rob Scallon's post and tried to claim it as theirs. And Glenn Fricker was like, Trapped, give him credit, and Trapped was like, no.
Oh, man.
So whatever.
That's
Sorry,
crazy.
Trapped. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
When Trapped was first a band, like, I got into them. Like, I know their songs. Like, Headstrong's not the only song I know.
Yeah.
But after seeing them live, I'm like, oh, I know why.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, dude, Headstrong as a child was my jam.
Yeah, no
It was
doubt,
my
man.
shit. It was one of the first songs I remember singing in the back seat of my mom's car, being like, I like music, Headstrong.
Yeah.
And to be able to play with them after having an experience like that so early on in life, you know, being able to look how far we've come, even just up until that point, was really awesome. It's crazy to be able to play with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they played Headstrong live, I was watching it, I'm like, this isn't as heavy as it is on the
Yeah.
album. Like,
Oh, and they got the lyrics wrong to Waiting.
did they?
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
sang
God.
the second verse twice. I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, this isn't
That's
how
not
this song
cool. Yeah.
starts.
Like,
oh, it
I
was so bad.
I honestly view our band as heavier live than on recordings.
Yeah, dude. Well,
And
the
Trapped was the
way that you
complete
guys,
opposite.
yeah. Well, the way you guys play too, like you with the visual element of it, like you guys, you know, you get that mosh pit going. You know what I mean?
Every night.
Yeah.
So we play 5 every night.
Yeah.
And if you've seen us before, you know exactly what's about to
Mm-hmm.
happen. That's exactly what I say right when the breakdown's about to
Yeah.
hit. You just got to open it up.
Mhm.
And the way you do that is you demand it. Like, you could go on stage and you could be like, all right, guys, I want to see a mosh pit, and no one's going to do anything.
Yeah.
We set out a specific time aside in the song to have a
To
section
rally it
that
up,
says,
yeah.
all right, I want to see you open this place up, and I want to see you let all your stresses go right now. Biggest pit of the night. Let's see what happens. And just the lights amplify that. Our energy amplifies that. The fact that we added in a build up to the breakdown amplifies that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everything stops. Fuck this place up. Boom. Bass drops. Fog goes off. everyone's circle pit. It's just a crazy. It's just crazy.
One time we had a wall of death to that part too. It
Dude,
was ridiculous.
You had a friend out there that was setting it up?
No.
They
Honestly,
just did it?
We were like,
it was an
yo,
awesome
let's
crowd.
do a wall of death. And he was just in the middle of the set, and he's like, I want, like, pick a side. He's like, pick a side. And, like, there were probably 30 people there, like, that were, I mean, just doing the wall of death, participating in this wall of death. And then when the breakdown hit, they just, and it was
my favorite
awesome.
on-stage moment is watching them crash into each other. If you watch that live video back, you could see me on stage like, holy shit! Like as I play, I'm like,
I think I went over to him and I was like, whoa.
like you see that? Like
that's amazing. Yeah, it was definitely one of my favorite moments of ever playing.
It's somewhere on our
live.
Facebook.
Yeah.
If you go on our videos, you can see
It
it.
is.
It's
We
got
put it
like
on there.
it's got like 2,000 views.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
really?
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
people in the comments are saying like best wall of death ever at the Champ like record. Like,
Oh, that's
like this
awesome.
is it.
Yeah, dude.
I remember my first wall of death. I went to see Epica. Do you know that band?
Yeah.
Epica? Yeah.
I
I've
do.
heard of
I've
them.
never listened
They're
to them.
like
but, yeah.
symphonic metal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like they're like a Celtic kind of thing.
I think I
don't
caught
know.
them on
Yeah.
like satellite once.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Like their encore, they came back out and they were like, "All right, we'll play a couple more, but we want to see a wall of death." And I'm like, "What, dude?"
Oh,
Yeah, it
felt
was
like you're at a
crazy.
Lamb of God
Yeah.
show for
Yeah,
a second.
it was dope. It was crazy. I remember I was like in the front. I just like ran full speed and turned around and just let my back hit somebody.
Yeah.
Dude, there was this guy. Like I remember seeing him on the floor and like I pick him up and he goes, "My glasses," and I'm like, "They're fucking gone, dude."
Yeah,
Like,
they
I'm
just started-
like, look up,
yeah.
I'm like, dude, they're fucking gone. Get
Yeah.
out of the fucking pit. Like, what are you
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
right now?
You're gonna lose your glasses. Every time I go in the pit.
Yeah,
Pull it up,
seriously,
pull it in my
bro. I was like,
pocket,
what
you
are
know
you
what I mean?
thinking, bro? Do you think that was gonna go well?
Yeah, no.
It's my glasses.
Our friend actually just lost her phone crowd surfing at the ABR
Yeah,
show.
dude. What do you think,
Who
dude?
lost
I
their
always
phone?
give my stuff to somebody. I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to surf. Here's my wallet and all the things that matter on my
Right,
body
right.
right now.
Right.
My God.
Or have
Yeah,
something
dang.
to put them in,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but you know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't do that. You know what I mean, my glasses are in my pocket. If someone smashes into them, they're gonna get smashed. But yeah, that just sucks because you know that thing got trampled. It was so
no
packed
doubt.
in there.
Yeah, dude.
No doubt. There was
He
no one
probably-
looking for
He
that.
probably found like a wire frame and like one lens.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Half a lens. or
Yeah,
some
for
shit,
real, dude.
yeah. I've actually yet to crowd surf.
Really?
Yeah, I've never done it
Man,
simply
go to a
because
festival.
by the time I stop walking around and I'm like, okay, I'm a really short guy. I can finally see where I am. I'm not gonna crowd surf and lose my spot.
Oh, like you can see the band.
Yeah.
I've crowd surfed a couple of times.
Like if I was a tall dude and it didn't really matter where I stood in the crowd and I had like I could just see the band from wherever I am, I'd just be like, yeah, send me up once or twice. You know what I mean?
My best
Me.
crowd surfing experience, like I started in the back practically, and I ended up right at the front. Was during a Rise Against concert in Philly.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, Festival Pier. That was a banger.
Nice.
It was a
Oh,
good time.
Festival Pier. I've never been there, but I heard it's cool.
Yeah.
My
Go-
first.
yeah, go ahead.
My first crowd surfing experience, it was when Ghost was playing at Rock Allegiance, and you know Sirius, they're like that's like their big song. You know that one?
No, the only song I know by Ghost, like by heart, is Square Hammer.
Okay, yeah,
That's a good song.
that's the other good song. But yeah, I love that riff so much, and I was just like, "You're gonna do it," and I got up. Someone lifted me up, and I just went for it. They almost dropped me at one point, but I was like, dang, But it was awesome, dude. It was awesome.
Heaviest pit, craziest pit I've been in, which might sound weird, honestly, was Chevelle at a festival. Yeah, Chevelle, like their pit was, and now maybe it's because Slayer went on like right after that, and I didn't want to fuck
they
with
were
that at
weird.
all.
Yeah, dude, I was in the Slayer pit. It was 10 times worse than Chevelle's.
I didn't want to get in the Slayer pit just
Slayer's
because.
was
Sounds
the
rough,
most brutal
dude.
pit I've ever been in my
I
entire
think.
life. A bunch of 40-year-old dads with elbows just
for
like
real.
sprinting at you and punching. Like they were punching people, and I was like, I got in and I realized my mistake right away. I was like, this is not a good idea, and I just sat up against the wall of people, and I was just like this, like I have to just sit here and hold my ground until I
Yeah.
can actually get back to where I was because
Yeah.
it was just so wide too.
Dude,
I
the
didn't know I
worst,
could do
the
it.
worst pit experience I had was like, I was really young, like probably like, I don't know, like early teens. It was one of the first shows I went to. It was this band Throttle, and they're like a metal band from PA.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
I think they're still a thing. But yeah, man, like this fat dude like crashed into me. Well, I'm like my back's turned. I'm enjoying the show, and I just thought mosh pit people respected people in the front. They don't. Obviously,
no.
dude, I fucking got up and like I couldn't breathe right out of one lung. Like it was fucked up. Like it just
That'd be
tweaked my
scary.
back, and it's crazy. So now I just participate in the mosh pits.
I almost lost a tooth in Chelsea Grin Pit.
That's nuts.
Some dude was doing the
Oh, yeah.
thing, and I just turned around and like
Yeah.
it was like Matrix shit
Yeah.
slow mo. I was like,
The
whoa.
foot.
Yeah,
When we-
yeah. I was like, I almost got
Yeah.
knocked out.
That's
Fun
crazy.
story.
At Warped Tour it was.
Funny story. When we opened up for Gideon, Varials,
God.
and Polaris, that was our
Varials.
only. What am I thinking? What's the name? What is the name of the genre that they do? Again,
Hardcore.
That was our first hardcore show. Dude, I was in the pit right after our set, right? And I'm just like chilling out, and I'm like, this is a pretty like tame pit. It's not too bad. And I'm just standing there. All of a sudden, I get roundhouse kicked in the face from behind. This guy entered the pit right behind me, instantly started going off, and started out with a roundhouse kick from behind. Like, if I wasn't wearing glasses, I would be blind. Like, I'm not even joking. This guy came in and hit me right here, and my glasses came up. I had a black eye, and it was like swelling and just like pulsing for a little while. I went and shoved the dude then, like, I was
Yeah.
happy about that, but I was so mad. I was like, what comes over somebody to just feel the need to do that? Like, just disregard everybody's safety around you. Like, you're just going to like no, I'm not.
I mean,
I-
they're
I'm
there
down
for
with
that,
I-
man.
I can-
I know
they're
they're
there
there
to,
for
they're
that.
there
That's
to get away with doing that
ridiculous.
shit.
I know some people are.
I'm not that guy though.
Some people
That's
are
crazy.
Some people are against what I'm about to say, but I know I speak for the whole band when I say fuck crowd killing.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Fuck
I'm not,
crowd killing.
I'm not
if
about
you
that.
if you associate with crowd killing, we don't really want to give a fuck about you. like
Well, I mean, I guess like
what's
if
your
it's
best?
like
What's your best
everyone's
mosh
doing
pit
it, whatever.
experience? Like your favorite? What's the best band's pit that you've been to? Like involved in?
wow.
The best one. I'm gonna go first on this one. So, believe it or not, it was for Volbeat. I saw
okay.
Volbeat
I was
at
gonna
Rock
say-
Allegiance.
I was gonna say the same thing. to
It
be
was
honest.
so fun. Like, there were these guys, and there were these two like sumo sized dudes. Like, they had the bun and everything in their back, shirts off, and they were like big dudes. And they did that thing in the middle where they both put their hands like this and grabbed onto each other and spun around.
Oh, yeah,
and then
wrecking
just
ball. My
someone
signature move, bro.
lets go, and there will be a few people that pay the it was so bad. I remember when they did it, I'd just stand and I'd like plant my feet on the ground and just like do this and wait
Yeah.
for it. Like, I'm like, dude, if they come right, one of them comes at me, it's like a bowling ball. I'm gonna get flattened. But dude, the sense of like brotherhood in that thing, like none of us knew each other. No one knew anybody else, and it was just like we were all there, like bonded together by
Washing
music.
to metal covers of Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
Like
but
Volbeat
it was
doing-
just so good because like Volbeat's not extremely heavy. It was a very, I wouldn't say it, like, I feel like too many people just take it way too rough all the time. And here's the thing,
Yeah.
I'm all about like moshing, like shoving,
Me too.
do whatever, like it's fun. But then like he's like, why do you gotta be like I'm just
Raging,
gonna all of
yeah.
a sudden just smack you in the face, and it's like, okay,
It's
like
those
or my
hardcore
elbow
shows, man.
in the eyeball. Like,
I feel
knock
like
loose.
I feel like
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
not cool.
I feel like the difference between like hardcore mosh pitting and like good metal show mosh pitting is like the difference between like waltzing and salsa, bro. It's night and day.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
the most etiquette I've ever had in a mosh pit was for a Trivium show. Same
Oh, yeah?
thing. Like everyone was brotherly. It's like yes.
Yeah.
Like the breakdown's coming. Rage, and then it chilled out. Like
Yeah, and then
everyone
it
knew.
chills.
Like because
That's
I guess
what I mean.
because everyone knew the music, they knew when the fire was supposed to come up.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, see, it's funny you mentioned that because I was at a Metallica show. It was the one in Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field. It was when they were doing the Worldwide tour, the stadium tour, not the indoors one, but the outdoors one. And I was in the pit, pretty close to the front, and they're playing One. they're playing the verse. I can't remember anything. And I turn around, mosh pits. Mosh pits.
That's
Like-
so annoying. Like, what do you mean? They could be up there playing like Barry Manilow, and then like Kyle's gonna come up like, and I say Kyle, like, you know what I mean? Like punch hole in a drywall,
like drywall monster, yeah.
like backwards hat, and like the this
Hey.
shirt.
Hey.
I don't know if anyone wants to stand up and make this
Stand up
easier.
right here. But yeah, like pretty much you could be like, all right, dude, and he just goes in and he's like, and he's like,
Yeah, dude.
oh Mandy.
Nothing else matters. Yeah.
Yeah, like.
I want to get married to this one.
Are
Day.
you
Yeah. You know
No,
what I
when
mean?
that time comes up, like, that's when, like, I love doing this in mosh pits when, like, there's a really soft part of the song and everyone's like, oh, like,
Yeah,
swing,
yeah.
Oh, you
stuff
know
like
what?
that.
That reminds me of Avenged Sevenfold concert I was at. Little Piece of Heaven.
Yeah.
We had like
No
a
doubt.
huge ass line of people in the pit just going like this,
Yeah.
singing. It
Yeah.
was, yeah. You can say what you want about Avenged, but I think they're great musicians. And
Yeah, 100%. I'll make that argument with anyone ever, like,
Oh, yeah, I love
especially because
Avenged.
Nick and Scarlet Moon, like, that's his favorite guitar, Sinister Gates.
Sin Gates, he's amazing.
But you know, they, like, my biggest thing. I actually wanted to bring this up to them on my podcast, and I didn't get to, so I'm gonna bring it up to you guys, because a lot of people that hate on Avenged Sevenfold, like, don't realize that they have music in video games. They're soundtracks for all like
Yes.
movies and stuff. Like, isn't that what you want for the future of music?
right,
Like, you want actual
especially
bands,
that genre.
You know what I mean?
what I
You
mean?
want that to be more mainstream. Like, I 100%, I'm for Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like their music, you need to respect what they're doing.
Well, their
in the
new-
landscape of
Their
rock and
newer
metal
stuff,
music.
I feel, is catered more to the people who are more critical and appreciative of the way they compose their music and their style.
Yeah.
The way Sin presents himself as an instrumentalist.
Mhm.
It's just, it's different than what they used to do back in 2000, back when they had the metalcore look.
Yeah.
And now they're more appreciative and attentive to what's going on in music,
Yeah.
and more respectful towards where should I go next, where should I go here, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
and it's kind of the way we try to look at our writing process.
I was gonna say that's
and
really
it's,
that to us.
I don't even know how to explain it other than like we look at it from a artist standpoint of the way that someone who's critical of it would listen to it and really appreciate it. Like, I feel like someone who is a musician and appreciates the art and what they do, what we do, are going to listen to this new album very differently than a casual listener who I was just like, hey, check out our CD, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I'd say that I probably put a little over 500 hours in lyrics alone for this album. Like, we really went hard. Like, there's so many hidden things in there, and it's
There's
like
so
you
many-
don't, like, most people won't even ever get them, but it's there because we want it to be
There's so many
this
things.
masterpiece, and I say it is. I
Yeah.
say the whole album really is.
There's so many Easter eggs in this album that you're gonna have to give the whole thing a couple listens through once or twice. It's a concept album.
Yeah.
It is a
gonna-
low-key concept.
You're gonna
album.
have to give it a couple listens through to really understand what's going on. Like, just for example, our closing track, Revelation, it's an instrumental, and when it's all said and done in terms of tying into with the whole concept, there's riffs in that song. There's like 5 or 6 different riffs that are taken from other songs throughout the album.
Yeah.
Varied a little bit.
Yeah.
You
and
like
they're all
Periphery?
mixed
You guys
together.
listen to
I
Periphery?
do. I love
Dude,
Periphery.
their most the last album they did, like
Hill Stand?
Loon at the end.
Oh,
it's like
P3.
yeah.
What was it called? Select difficulty.
Yes, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, like Loon is teased the whole song, like the whole album is
Yeah.
it teases licks and riffs from that song. So that's awesome that you did that, dude. That I'm really excited to listen to this because
Yeah.
I love albums
sure,
like
man.
that.
Yeah,
It's a
and-
full ride.
And we
It
did.
is. It really is. And as maybe you'll hear, it loops back to the beginning.
It loops back, like the last song loops into the first song. Like, we took the time, like, he
Like,
went
we-
out with a CD, written a copy and everything, like, listened and timed it so that, like,
Right when it
Dude,
goes back
like
to
boom,
track
boom,
one.
boom, 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 and then like it passes the time, and then goes back to the first song. Like it has like a weird noise. That,
I'm really excited
like a
to
sound
hear it.
effect that's in
Can
there.
we
Like, we
can
could
we
ag-
try playing? We should do that from now on. That's
Yeah.
great. But
I was
is there a
gonna
chance
say-
that we can throw their music on? Also, we have some questions in the chat for you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, do we?
So
Yeah,
Joey,
I'll try and set that up.
yeah.
Well, I was
So-
gonna say, I don't know if you wanted us to try and briefly explain the concept of
Yeah,
the
yeah, go-
album
definitely do
before
that.
we listen to it.
Yeah.
I don't really know the
Okay.
best way
Yeah.
to go about
So
it.
here, the album has one thing to say,
Okay.
really, and it's that it's a story of the progression of humanity, and it's basically makes this prediction that when humanity falls, it says, we're not going to be here forever, whether you want to take that literally or figuratively. We're not going to be here forever, and it's going to be because of our own doing. Like, we are going to destroy ourselves, and I believe that. I really do. There's plenty of things that we do that are
The
toxic.
album was almost called that, Destroy Yourself, for a little
yeah,
bit.
but then we were like, nah, that
Yeah.
sucks. We were like,
We were like,
that's
that's
a
too
stupid-
upfront.
Stupid,
Yeah.
stupid name. So we're like, eviction, you know what I mean? Like, basically, this is our eviction from the world,
Yeah,
you know,
yourself.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
kind of, or just evicted from the shitty apartment that is the earth. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it
But,
really
you know,
track
I mean-
by track, it's just a progression of, like, I almost want to look at it as time period.
It is, yeah.
Um,
It really is.
'cause-
And it has different.
yeah.
Each song encapsulates a different aspect of a fault in humanity that we've exploited.
Yeah, like, the intro, it starts out kind of spacey, and it's basically just the birth of the universe,
Birth of everybody.
birth of humanity.
It's called Inception because it
It's
is the
terrible
beginning.
timing. My God, sorry
It-
about that. I'm
that's
gonna
okay.
mute this.
You're good.
I'm gonna mute this right now. But yeah, birth of humanity.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's all space. It represents that, and that leads into track 2, Insult to Injury, which is our single, the one we have the music video for, the first actual song on the album.
Mhm.
Which lyrically, when you look at it, it just starts out with like the basic hatred.
Oh, an insult.
Yeah.
Insult to injury. When we were writing that, we were like it's very basic. Like, it's very like, F you, I hate you so much. And it's literally a song about hating somebody, whether that be whoever it is, that's up to you to decide. But, it's open to interpretation. But it's really the basic, it encapsulates basic hatred of humanity, like, I wish you didn't exist. And it's really over the top. And, that's really what we wanted with it. We really wanted...
It's almost too out there, but we wanted it to be that way.
Yeah.
If that
we
makes
wanted
sense.
it. We wanted to explain, like, how people have such a burning hatred, And we say it's such a basic instinct, too. So that's why, it's beginning. It's right away.
Yeah, and then it goes into track 3, Steel Rain, where...
That hatred is then transitioned to war.
yeah,
And it's
it
expressed
goes into
through war.
And then that's what that song's about, war. Track 4, Float, is basically a foreshadow track. It's kind of like someone stepping in saying, hey, if we continue this direction, like what happened in the first 3 songs, if we continue in this direction, this is what's going to happen. And we tell you that in track 4.
In Float, the reason, when we were discussing Float, we were like, Float, such a weird title. We literally named that song like the night before we dropped the album, like, not even joking. And it was just like such a weird song name, but it couldn't be more fitting because we talked through the whole song. Some of the lyrics are, we are too far gone to save ourselves, holding our intoxicated breath until we drown. Later on, we see that the lyrics are, we see the lights are fading, dimmer as we swim into the shore. There's a lot of, like, these nautical references to it, and basically, and the reason why it would be, like, dimmer as we swim into the shore, it's just, like, what we're getting to. The more that we progress, it's more like a regression, and it's
Yeah.
And
our
that's why-
progression
because, you know,
is
if
a regression.
you're
Yeah,
swimming
type of
into
deal.
the shore, the
That's
lights would be
dope.
getting
Yeah.
brighter.
You
so
got me
we're
hyped,
like,
man. I want to listen to this damn album.
dude, literally,
That's only track 4, dude.
if we put
How many
so
tracks are on
much,
12.
Ooh,
we
okay.
put so much thought, and
Yeah.
like what a lot of times when we're like, well, what do we put here? Like, I'm not even joking. Roots, when we built that song and tore it down, and then rebuilt it and tore it down, like 5 different times, because we were like, that was a very personal song for me, and it was like, I know what I'm trying to say with this song. Now it's, how do I present
Convey
this?
it.
How do I
Yeah.
convey this feeling? And yeah, that's one of the deepest
Yeah.
songs on there for me, and just the most, like, I just went all out with that one. Like, I love that song.
After track 4 is track 5, called 5, taken from the EP, re-recorded, the way it should have sounded the first time around. But it kind of jumps back into the main storyline. War has been taken to another level, and we see the effects of war
Yeah, the
in
after
5.
effects of war, what it does to
A
people.
post-traumatic effect.
Mm.
And this is what's happening to our people who are being affected by war, which I guess you could easily say leads into track 6, Hay in the Needle Stack, which religion's introduced, and then humans start fighting over religion, something that humans can't prove right or wrong, what's real, what's not real. And one of the lyrics right in the beginning, why do we justify the reason why everybody, or why do we look to the sky to justify the reason why everybody dies, is it's just like, why are we putting something that nobody can prove as a reason to destroy our own kind?
Where do you get the motivation for this album?
Well,
Like, was there like
just
a
our own
like, what-
pondering?
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Honestly,
man.
like, this
That
is
and
something
just-
that we think about a lot, and we think.
For me personally, watching all this BS go down around me, and being like, why is this happening? Like, are people this stupid? And not being able to have a voice in that. Like, this music is our voice. Like, this album is our voice towards all of that stuff that's going on in that situation. I can't even think what's after. Oh yeah, hidden track.
Yeah, hidden track.
No, track
Hidden
7.
track
Track
literally
7 is
has
called Hidden Track.
Nothing to do with the concept. We literally put the title in parentheses. We're like, hidden track, parentheses.
Because
And
it was the first song.
parentheses
Yeah.
doesn't count.
It was the first song we wrote
You don't read the
for
parentheses.
it was the first song we actually wrote for the album. It's a 2-minute real quick interlude type thing.
yeah,
Ends in elevator music.
We
It's
had
like-
we had
that's
no
awesome.
way to like tie this
Tie it
into the
in.
concept, so we were like, all right, the only way to make this work is to embrace it.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, hidden track.
It's
This
just to
this
show our humor.
this shows that we're still the funny guys we are. We are UltraViolent. This is who we are. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So the irony of having a song called Hidden Track right in the middle of the album, the fact that it's not hidden at all,
It's not, no.
is why it exists.
But it's
No,
a jam.
that's
I still
dope.
like
It
it.
is.
Like,
No,
I get
no
down to
doubt.
that song. Like,
It-
yeah, it's an
it's
instrumental,
kinda-
2-minute long. It's so fast, and like, I love
And
playing
fun.
that riff. Yeah,
You
it's
play that
fun,
live?
you know?
We
We
used
played
to.
it. We used to
Yeah.
play it live. Yeah.
It gives you a moment of, because Hay in the Needle Stack's such a strong song, and it hits you with the religion card right out the gate, and it gives you like little 2 minutes to kind of think and be like, okay, so what just happened? You know,
Yeah.
from here to now,
I
first
guess,
half of the
yeah.
album, what just happened?
I see it more of as a breather. Like, I don't have
Yeah.
to think for this song.
Yeah.
it's like I just be like, you
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
this is the song that you use to ponder what you've gathered.
Yes,
so
Exactly.
far,
yes.
you know?
Exactly.
And then it goes into track 8, which is Agenda, which is our second re-recording from the 5 EP, which is Politics get introduced.
101.
Politics
This is
101 gets introduced, like,
I-
fuck the media, essentially, is what
fuck
it is.
media,
Building
yeah.
walls, you know
Dude,
what I mean?
I was, you know, when I wrote that song, I was 16-year-old, and I was pissed. I was just like, I hate everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, it's like, you know, took that and then put that into that song. And look, I don't put political affiliations into the music. I'm not like, you know.
Yeah, we
it's
don't
not
we don't
like-
pick a side with the music.
No,
we just
no.
say fuck it all.
It's
you know
really
what I mean?
observed, and really their
Educated.
attacks on ignorance.
And
Roots is definitely, which is the next track.
Not yet.
Roots.
Cataclysm's next.
Cataclysm is next. Go ahead.
The
I didn't write any of Cataclysm, really.
The escalation of politics, it's more societal. Mainly the point of that is, okay, we finally realize that we're doing this to ourselves, but no one's doing a damn thing to save it.
Yeah.
No one's doing a damn
too
thing
late.
to change. Everyone's all like, okay, well, I single-handedly am not gonna be able to change the world, so I'm just not gonna do anything about
No
it.
one's gonna.
So if everyone has that mindset, no one's gonna do a damn thing about it, and we're just gonna sit here and complain for the rest of our lives.
Just wait till the rest
We're
of
just
the
gonna
embers
complain.
consume.
Yes, and then it's Roots, which I'll let you talk about because I know
Roots,
this is your jam.
So basically,
Track 10,
there's a
Roots.
lot that inspired Roots, and there was just a lot of built-up tension that I felt like I could never express. But this song gives me that out, you know? And it's just like the song attacks ignorance, basically, and just how humans would go about, like they go about, like the thought process, and it just exploits the irony of it all. You know, like there's lines in there. What is it? It's pitiful. Maybe I'm just a stereotypical, hypocritical, cynic, or psychotic individual. So that is basically like you say, just what you kind of become what people say you are, because what else do you have?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, because now I've made you out to be this monster. This person, this monster in a closet, monster in a bed, or whatever. Now that's just what you are. You know what I mean? To the public eye, that's what you will be remembered as, and it's a terrible thing. And basically, I have in the song it goes on what you've heard all, the exception of listening. Like, you know, people don't listen to each other. People don't want to understand. They wanna say this is what you think, and then that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you try and, because here's the thing, when people understand each other, there's not going to be fighting. You know, the reason why there is fighting is because people don't understand each other. People don't
And they
actually
refuse to listen to the other
refuse
side.
to
Yes.
try and understand. If you can actually look back at something and try and understand something, you won't have this
Accusational violence.
accusational violence, where I can just, that's the lyric in the song, where accusational is not a word.
It's
But
not.
I just
There's a
made
couple
that up.
words in here that we made
They're
up.
actually,
Unsplattered.
unsplattered. That was another one
That was
too.
another
There's
word.
a lot of words that we made up in this song.
There's no success if their blood is unsplattered.
Yeah.
Yes,
that
that's
was
a line in the song.
Yeah.
Because the song progresses, but basically
It's from their viewpoint almost. Certain verses, certain sections are from this viewpoint. Other sections are from, I would say, their viewpoint, where they feel where it's no success if we're made out to be the monster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what that means.
And basically, it's like we have to. All right, here's a line in the song. Well, what is it? To walk. Why can't I think of it?
We'll walk the. What the hell?
Oh
we
my
don't even
God.
know our own songs.
Yeah, but
We'll walk
anyway,
through the- or
basically,
something
people
about the
love
ash, I don't know.
people love
Just listen to it. Just listen to
having something to fight. People always will feel the need to have something to fight. They love that stuff. They love feeling like they're the underdogs, even if they're not. You know, and that's kind of the thing about it. If you know rhetoric and you know those things and you see it all the time, it's like, you know, I know why you say it like that. I know you do that because you rally under pretense. And it's like we are,
Yes.
oh, well, now we are the ones who are affected by this, and we are the ones who are wronged. You know, we are the ones being attacked, and we're the righteous defenders that are going to save the day and come out on the right side of history.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. It's no surprise you're on the right side of history when you make the opposition look like a bunch of
Right side. Of
Monsters.
History, essentially.
monsters.
Yeah.
You know, you demonize.
Dehumanization.
Yeah.
You dehumanize
We wanna talk
them,
about,
demonize them.
The breakdown essentially being the bridge of acceptance to the eviction process.
And it's the bridge is really where it goes from now this is the current to something dystopian. This is where the whole album turns dystopian, and it's what bridges the present to the
your pre-breakdown
the future.
call out. This is the world you fear.
This is the world you fear. Yeah,
and then a couple strong ass lines, and right at the end of that
raise
song.
the stakes for heresy, like those. Oh yeah, when all is done, nothing said anymore. Like basically, the saying when all is said and done, but this is the point where it has become like a criminal act to oppose the status quo.
Yeah.
And it's like when all is done, nothing's said anymore, because who is going to say anything in the face of such consequences? And the next line is, "I'll plant my roots in a ground where I've got nothing to stand for," and that's the song title, Roots. That's how it like relates back to that. But really, what that's saying is like, you're going away. Like I guess I'm going to leave that to interpretation. I shouldn't say that it's one thing or another, that line. It was a really special line for me, and I'm like, I don't know why this needs to be the line, but this needs to be the line, This needs to be it. This is the line that like, sums up what this song is.
It really does bridge the gap between now and future, and I guess our prediction, you could say, in the next song, Eviction.
There's only track. 2 left. We're really going through these songs.
We are.
Yeah, no, take your time. I'm honestly enjoying this.
Track 11, Eviction, Doomsday, whichever one you want to call it. It's Eviction, and then parentheses, it's Doomsday.
We always called it Doomsday.
Yeah, we always called it Doomsday.
And Doomsday is a really good title for it. Like,
it really is. That's wow. We changed that one a lot too, lyrically.
We built it up and tore it down and built it up again, but basically, it is one of our masterpieces.
It showcases the talents of every member.
Yeah, it really does.
It's just crazy.
Basically, the song starts out like the premises are, and it's probably not gonna wow you me explaining it. That's why it's the song. You gotta just listen to the song.
For sure.
You gotta just listen. That's why it's a song. That's why I didn't just appear somewhere and say a story, because it's best told through the song.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it starts out alien invasion. It's like the planetary defense disabled, invaders raise the planet, all of this crap. This is what we get. This is the price we pay for giving into abduction, and it's like it's probably halfway through the song that the metaphor becomes apparent, that it's not aliens invading the planet. It's humans themselves.
It's us,
and it's us destroying ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really because the first stanza of the song, invaders raise the planet, crush and corrupt the day. No sense of malevolence here, leading everyone astray. But it's basically like, oh, well, so we're getting invaded and there's just no sense of malevolence here? Like, it's kind of like, what?
It doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. And as the song progresses, you realize why that line does make sense. It's because it's like nothing's wrong here, because it's not aliens invading the planet. It's us doing it under our own noses.
Yeah, probably one of my favorite parts on the whole album is like the second half of Doomsday, because it's just so beautiful. We experimented with synths, and it's my favorite guitar solo on the album, not being that guy.
Yeah, it's my favorite part, really. So a lot of it of the album. We actually put in a part of the broadcast of War of the Worlds in it. The War of the Worlds broadcast, where everyone freaked out when they thought aliens were invading the planet, and there's some really poetic lines from there that we put in, that we compiled, and we put it in this one section.
Does time exist when there are no human hands left to wind the clock? That was one of the lines. Do days exist without calendars? Do days exist without calendars?
Like, this self-importance that humans have about themselves. Like, can these days exist if we're not there to record them? And it's like, do we really need to be here for the world to move on? And it's like, no, we don't. That's what it is.
This chair is fitting.
Everyone could be vanquished tomorrow in one fell swoop of, I don't know. The world could explode, and you know what? Everything else off of our little grain of dust in the universe is going to continue on like nothing ever happened.
Which leads, I guess you could say, leads into our closing track, Revelation, which, if you'll pick up listening to Doomsday, the last vocal line is, it's time we face the revelation of a life that we weren't cut out for after all.
Then the instrumental goes, then you have Revelation that comes
The track,
in.
the final, it's almost 7 minutes. It's an instrumental. It's essentially the aftermath of Doomsday. It has parts of Doomsday in there, and a little bit about halfway through it has parts of Float in there.
Mm-hmm.
Reason being is because Float, as we had mentioned, was the foreshadow song, saying if we continue in this direction, this is what's going to happen. So we put parts of Float in Revelation to be like, told you so.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And it's kind of like honestly, I'll leave Revelation up. Like, there's nothing set that happens in there. For me, I feel like when I listen to Revelation, it's just like, it's like nothing exists anymore. Like, it's not just floating around, like, I don't know. It can really be whatever you want it is
can.
to me. But
There's
me,
5 or 6 songs that are in there. There's Doomsday's in there somehow, Float's in there somehow, Roots is in there, the intro, Inception, is in there, 5 is in there. You'll have to look for it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and Revelation, I feel like it's just totally, the grand reflection of everything that humanity has ever been, and now it's just gone. It's so bittersweet, dude. When I listen to that song, like, I'm just like, dude.
And the end of it ends with
it's another recording from World of the Worlds, and it's a guy where the guy was like stranded or something like that, and he had no communication with the rest of the world, and he was talking into the radio thing, and he's like, something to HQ, and then like it just says like, is anybody on the air, and then that's it.
And it ends with sound effects of, I almost want to say, like, everything's gone but something's still there.
Yeah.
Something new, creating new life, and that effect itself circles back to the beginning of the album with the same sound effect to show, okay, history's repeating itself. You know what I mean?
It's going to continue.
And which leads back to an inception of, maybe it's not us, maybe it's not humans, it's something completely different.
Yeah, there's
something
extra
else.
dimension.
It's gonna circle around again,
life
and
will
we
find
go
a way
through it.
and repeat the process. And I wanted to say there is one more thing that we didn't touch on with this concept, and I think it's one of the the greatest parts of it. It's very hidden too, very subtle, but it really changes the whole perspective on the album. When in Doomsday, he comes in and has a scream at the end where he screams the word Doomsday, and right before that is a part where he sings, battered and broken, shattered and hopeless, we can't control this. This is, it's time to face the revelation of a life we weren't cut out for after all. But at the same time that all starts, that when we're like, after all, that's when he starts the screams, and it's basically saying it's the life we weren't cut out for after Doomsday, because they overlap, and they overlap for a reason, and it's because the life after Doomsday, it's like, well, when did Doomsday start? When was Doomsday? And our life came after it. Doomsday was the beginning. There wasn't really any hope for it.
Doomsday happened at our inception. That's the way you put it.
That's what I said. Yeah, I said Doomsday began at our inception, which is
why there's effects from Inception in Revelation to kind of hint at that.
Yeah.
And that little vocal thing there just hints at that. There's
Yeah,
so many small things. There's probably stuff we
like,
forgot.
We thought way too far into this stuff, but
it kind of reminds me of Tool's Right In Two. You know that song?
Yeah,
I don't
Tool's,
know.
Tool's ridiculous.
Yeah. Who wrote most of the lyrics?
I wrote most of the lyrics, but
You
Brett
did.
wrote a lot. He wrote
Is it mostly just you two then?
a lot of here's the thing. A lot of time, Brett wrote 2 songs by himself. Really, he did Hay and the Needle Stack almost completely by himself. I think I have one line in there that I substituted in just to add a little bit, and then he did Cataclysm. Other than that, I'd write these things. I'd make the structure and basically this is what I want to do. But I'd sit down with Brett. I'd do whatever I did on my own, take it to Brett. Brett's like, no, I don't like this thing, and I'm like, okay. And then we'd literally just sit there and discuss, and we'd talk about the concept of the album and what we want to say with the song. And then we'd say, like, this line would be better. And a lot of times, like, I'm very indecisive. I'll have like 5 lines, maybe lines in there, and I'm like, Brett, look at these lines. Which lines are the best out of these? And he's like, dude, definitely this one. And then he'll add something to it. You know, it makes it that much better. If it was just me writing it, it wouldn't be as good.
That's honestly incredible, though, that you guys are taking the time out to make sure, like, this is right, you know?
That there are no holes. Yeah. We literally went through them.
I just wonder how many bands really do that, where they have the members really look over each other's work, like, deliberate over it and have a conversation. Like, does this really convey the message we want the album to show?
See, it's so funny, and whether you want to believe this or not, whatever, but this wasn't intended to be a concept album at the start. It just what we had talked about earlier on, where the songs kind of take on a life of their own. We noticed the direction that all these songs were going, and it would have been a missed opportunity to not take advantage of that and turn it into something bigger than ourselves.
Yeah, so I think it is.
We're super proud of this.
We are super proud because that was many nights on the thought couch, as we call it. He has a couch, and we were like, go to the thought couch to discuss ideas. And we always went and we'd sit down and we'd be like, I don't know, we'd talk for hours. Like, I wasn't lying when I said, I mean, I alone spent 500 hours on it. These guys, like, a lot of them were shared with the guys too, talking about, like, and we'd sit there. Like, I'd go in there at, like, 5 or 6 p.m., stay there till, like, I don't know, 1 to 3, maybe, a.m., and we're just talking about it, writing lyrics, and we get, like, one line done in that whole time. Like, we're just, like... But
and
we mixing
kicks our ass, too. Takes so long.
Yeah.
We made sure that this was our art. This was... Because, it is our art. This is the thing. When we see this, we look at something that's going to be alive after we're long dead.
I'm really glad that we were able to...
That's a really powerful way to look at it, man.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. If I could be dead for 500 years and someone picks up the album, listens to it, and appreciates it, if they would ever uncover it and sees it, like, that's who personally I dedicate the album to. Is some
future generations,
somebody,
which is weird to say because we're 19,
picks it up after I'm dead and after the album is long irrelevant and sees it. I want to put it in like a time capsule or something. But I hope that person would actually look into it as deeply as we did.
I'm really glad we were able to actually explain all of this on a place that we can be like, hey, here's a link to this video where we explain...
Yeah, honestly, because I feel like the story never would have been told otherwise.
Yeah.
We never would have...
I'm glad I was able to be your platform for
Yes.
this. Honestly. Like, you have me sold on it. I can't wait to listen to it. Do you guys want to get some of the viewer questions in here?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure most of them are your friends.
The biggest tangent.
I was like, let's explain quick.
Really quick.
In a quick hour. You know what I mean? Like, a quick hour.
Yeah, real quick before the question.
That was the longest 5 minutes in
Sorry,
history.
I truly am, but I think it was
I'm
really
not
important
sorry.
that
It
we
was-
explain
yeah,
that.
I'm really glad that I was able to get this while it was fresh in your guys' heads. Like, you just released this. This was the perfect time to have that, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, I feel like, honestly, this is the reason I made this podcast, was so I can really get...
For stuff like that. Yeah,
well, hopefully,
we love it.
I hope
We
you
love it.
inspire someone to take as much time and put as much
Especially,
energy into
absolutely.
theirs, you
Yeah.
know? All right,
For sure.
let's get some of these questions.
I don't even know if they're still watching.
That's all
They
right.
probably all like...
Hopefully they're still here.
I'll link them.
We
I'll be-
clicked off 30
yeah,
minutes
we'll
ago.
answer.
I'll link them and be like, okay, we answered your questions.
Yeah.
Just go back.
Just-
in.
So
Yeah,
I'll
just
just
like-
do a few of the comments first.
Okay.
First person to comment was Eric Adame. Just put a heart.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
Hey.
Heart
He's
you
our,
too.
So last time I saw
potential
Brad, he was
camera
in
guy.
50 foot up in a tree trying to get cell reception.
That sounds like
true,
something you would
true
do.
story.
Alright, and then
I don't want to talk about it either.
We got what was it, Max Bolton?
Okay.
He
Okay,
said,
yeah.
He said, I'm looking forward to the upcoming show with these guys, plus no rain checks.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're playing
What's your
with
next
them
show?
next month. In July, July 20th.
Yeah.
We're still putting it together, but we're hoping to have it at Goodfellas in Pottsville,
Nice.
Pennsylvania.
Cool.
With those guys.
If I can make it, I'll be there.
Sweet.
Mark my words.
All right. So since you just talked about the album, I'll do the album questions first.
Okay.
So
Okay.
They wanted to know. Oh, who was it? Braden Frazier.
Hey.
He
So-
said, "What was the hardest song to record?"
Record or write? Because
I was gonna say
You
writing
said
is
record.
roots. So,
Roots writing absolutely kicked our ass. Hardest song to record.
Oh, maybe Insult because
I
it was
hate
her
recording
first one.
solos, so that
Wow.
would be like the easy thing to answer for me. Like, anything that I have to do a solo that's long.
Insult was the first song that I had recorded screams. When I had presented it to the guys, it was just kind of like, what is this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was literally
You-
like, dude, your voice sounds so different. I'm like, what? And now I'm used to it. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
What
great.
is happening? That song was tough, man. Wow, wow. Oh my god.
We spend so much time. We hate the song now. Like I literally skip it every time because we listen to it so many times. Like he'd send us the thing, we listen to it, then we listen to it like 500 times. Send it back and be like, yo, this can be changed. This can be changed. All these changes. Make them. Send them back again, and then he'd like do it again, and we just listened to that song so many freaking times. that
Honestly,
we
dude,
we got so sick of it.
The second half of 5 is pretty tough. Just because there's a lot of guitar shit going on. It's so
No
much-
doubt.
For me, at least, I don't know. It's so hard to explain. Roots kicked our ass. I don't know why.
Roots was, it was so hard. Like
Yeah.
but in terms of writing, it was the last song we got finished. Literally finished the lyrics a day, on the day of recording. But like this was like 2 days before the album dropped. Like I'm not even joking. We were just like, all right. We had like 2 lines
has
left
to be it.
make it awesome, like the best lines, because we were like, we're not compromising now. We're making these the best freaking lines in the entire world. Yeah,
Best
they
lines.
came out. They came out. The best lines.
Yeah,
Yeah. But no, they did come out though. They came out great. It was exactly what we wanted. But they came out on the night of recording it.
Yeah.
The recording the vocals.
That's
the last
awesome.
touches.
So Roots.
Roots, I'd say.
Roots
It was
is
very.
a bitch.
It was a painstakingly difficult song.
It was
to
the first
write.
time Avery did screams on a recording.
Yeah.
I can hear that you're still beat up from it.
Yeah. I had a few good ones in there. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, from day one though, Roots was really tough. Writing it,
We almost cut the song
we
from
almost
the album.
cut it because we were like, we don't even know what the hell. to do
We don't
with
even
this
know this song yet.
thing. Yeah, we were and long. It was the second song,
The
third song that we started writing on the album,
The-
and we just.
The reason
Didn't
it
know
was
what to do
called Roots, that was a prototype name, is we were kind of having writer's block at the time, and Brandon came up and he's like, dude, we just need to go back to our roots. He's like, we got to sit in the basement, let's order a pizza, let's hang out, let's have a good time, let's make some music. And that was the song that came of it. And since then we called it Roots, and now it's a line in the song, a very important line
That we
in the
can
song.
justify. That's the most important line in that whole song, I think. And now we've made it come back full circle and be like, look, we keep this working title so it not only means something in the song, it means something to us.
Yeah.
It's a very special song to us.
That's incredible.
Cool. Then, kind of the opposite question: what was the song you had the most fun making?
Ooh,
Ooh.
Doomsday?
I
Question mark?
would say I was really proud of the guitar work in Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Doomsday was really fun. Although if we're going all the way back, I still say 5.
5.
5. We did that in 2015.
Five
we
was
were
the
15 years old when we wrote 5.
5 was the
Dang.
first song that we kind of said to ourselves, like, this is good. we
We
were like,
this,
yo,
dude, this
5.
Is
Like,
awesome.
yeah, okay.
I'd say that's our second masterpiece of the thing. Meaning, like, we got Doomsday and 5, and I'd say those 2 songs are the best things that have come from this band.
Bangers.
The best fruits.
Epic.
That we bore.
5 is 7.5 minutes.
Yep. But yeah,
So they're very
I'd
epic
say, I'd
songs.
say 5.
What's the song that you show people? Like this, like to give them a taste of the album. Like, what's your most poppy, like easy to digest song
Float.
on there? Float.
Easy to digest is Float.
I
That's
love
cool.
Float.
If I'm giving
What
a
track number is that?
4.
Track 4, y'all.
Track
if-
4, Float.
If I'm giving a song to best kind of represent the album as a whole, I think Insult works fine. That's kind of...
I don't.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I thought that, like, I mean, personally, I would have liked to see a different single than Insult. And maybe it's just because I'm sick of it now at this point. Like,
Just
people are like,
hearing it
man,
so many times.
Insult to Injury, I heard that single. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Same.
I'm done. I'm done
Cool.
with Insult.
I don't know.
Insult,
just-
though, it's our new style. It was a great opener to be like, look, we are totally
We're back. We're kicking your
Reinvented,
ass.
yeah.
You know
We're
what I mean?
back, but we are not
Back in
at
style.
all what we used to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our song that put
That's
our
kinda why
old
we did it, I feel
UltraViolent
like.
to rest.
Yeah. It's hard because each song has their own style, and it's like to pick one to sum up the album. It's just kind of not
Yeah,
doable.
not possible.
Yeah.
Although I'd say Doomsday has a close shot at it,
Yeah.
at representing the whole album. I'd say Doomsday has a really good shot at that.
And if you're
answer.
talking musically, Revelation, just because it has like 5 different songs in it.
yeah.
But yeah, don't listen to that if you're trying to get an accurate representation of the album, because that is well, I don't know. That's probably the softest song.
Next question.
Yeah, next question. Yeah.
Next
yeah,
question.
let's move on, please.
All right, so I think this is the last one for now. Sage Bowsher.
Yes.
What is their funniest memory of a live show?
Oh, I can tell you that right now.
We'll both. Why don't you both give me one?
All right, you go first.
Hold on, live show in
What
our
if he takes
entire
yours?
existence, like back when we were a cover band too.
I mean, I guess best
Oh,
favorite live experience. I
man.
think that's fair to say. Anything.
Favorite or funniest?
favorite,
she said?
funniest.
Funniest. What is it?
Funniest.
Well, you
Yeah,
go
funniest.
first. You already know. I'm still deciding.
I was gonna say, back when we did covers, we covered Whatever by Godsmack.
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
And oh my god! So there's a part in the song in the middle section where it kind of has like this megaphone kind of voice in it, right?
So we
And
used a megaphone. We were
so we
like,
used a
"Whoa, we're gonna
megaphone
have a
live
megaphone.
on stage,
It's gonna
and
be cool.
Avery sang this part, and it was just bass and drums. Like we extended it. It's like boom boom psh, boom 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 psh, boom boom boom, right? And I go back to the amp. The megaphone's sitting on the amp. So I go to pick up the megaphone. I go and hand it to Avery, and I'm like, yeah. And he takes it from me, presses the button. All the batteries fall out.
All the batteries
on
fell-
stage.
They were like big,
like D-shaped
and
batteries.
they're like on the bottom. Like here's the front of the megaphone, right? And here's the part you talk into. This part opened up, and there were 4 big batteries in there, and they just literally picked it up. My thumb clicked against the thing, and it just goes right open, and like they just fell out like
And we're
logs.
just
And I was
like-
literally like,
Okay, we're not using that now.
never mind. Like we're
Never
gonna
mind, everybody.
Like,
Like,
magic trick. Whoa.
don't worry about what you just saw. Just forget it.
Then I'm gonna say my favorite one. It might have been at the same show, or it was at the same venue at least.
Was the soundboard?
It was the soundboard one. So basically, we had our own soundboard. It was a big thing, and we had all this. Like we set up the whole thing before the show, and like it takes like 2 hours to like set all that crap up. I'm so sad. I'm so glad that like venues have their own soundboard. And it's very
Yeah.
convenient. But when we did it, it was just a cluster of wires, and we had to put it in the middle. Had to make sure everything fit, and we had it on this table in the center, like kind of behind the amps. Or it was a good spot to put the soundboard at. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of the one song, the soundboard fell over. We were like,
Well, no.
I don't know what happened. Like something happened. Like it
We're
was
playing-
crazy. The soundboard fell. Like
This was our early days, so like we're playing at weird places. We're in a wooden gazebo, right?
yes.
And we're in the middle of The Trooper by Iron Maiden.
At
And
God's Gang Band Fest.
and out of nowhere, boom, against the wood. Just turn around and soundboard's
like-
upside down on the ground.
yeah, we're like the soundboard is upside down.
And-
but, like,
and
you
the
just
mic-
can't
Soundboard,
imagine.
like something that has effects and stuff.
Like
Or-
something like that, but
like a
bigger.
mixer.
a mixer. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, but a lot bigger. Completely on the ground.
And it just all the cords are still attached, but we were
It jacked up the mic volume a little bit, so as soon as it hit the ground, it was like whee from the
man.
but
microphone.
looking back on it, it was so funny.
And we have it on tape too.
we have it on tape,
I
like
wanna
we
see
watch
it.
it and we're like,
I wanna
oh my,
see it.
it's just funny.
That's
And there was
awesome.
one, we were looking through these tapes again, and we did that thing that we don't do anymore, and we're probably never going to do again, but it was where you introduce everyone in the band.
Oh my god.
We just did that thing, like, now we're like, oh, we should never do that. And
Like, you know who we are, we're
just
ultra-violent, you know what I mean?
We're never going to do that again, but it's
It's
like
a better
that,
attitude
and,
there.
Yeah.
And we were watching this thing just randomly.
This was like last week.
Weren't expecting. Yeah, this is like last week, 2 weeks ago, and he was talking, and he's like, and Brandon Babcock, and he's like, because you do something on your instrument when you're caught, and he's like, and over here we got Avery on bass. Boom, boom. It's so funny. It was just E, the open note. Just like, boom, boom. And just like, from hearing it, like, it was so funny.
So
I don't
cringy.
know why. It was so cringy, but funny.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Oh my
dude, that reminds me,
God.
like,
What
in-
band doesn't have those moments?
No,
though, you know
no,
what I
for
mean?
sure, dude. I
Yeah.
remember in Scarlet Moon we had a song that like it had like a breakdown where in the middle I got to introduce the band, and I'd always introduce them as some weird shit. Like I started calling Nick Martin Luther Sting. Why?
Dude, you guys were like meme lords.
Yo,
Yeah.
dude, all
Meme
day,
lords.
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Dude, you guys,
it
I
was
love
so
you
hard to
guys.
follow us, bro.
Because you change your name every show.
It's just
Oh
like
my
all
God.
these inside jokes too.
Yo,
I felt
all
like
day,
that,
bro.
like inside memes that you just had to.
Like being in a band,
relate
we can
to.
respect the fact that you guys probably know what you're talking about, and we
Yeah.
don't, and that's okay,
That's
because
just
it's
fun
an
because
inside
we
thing.
do that too. Like
Yeah.
we do that same thing.
Yeah, no, 100%, dude. You had to follow us on social media and like everywhere else to even understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
guys were crazy, man. Great times though. Great musicians, honestly. Did you get to watch the jam we did after that?
I didn't watch the jam. I have seen I seen Nick play on his Instagram a lot. Oh my, he's
Did you
good.
see his new
He's
Nick
a lot-
the
he's
Speedo
really
Guy
good.
project?
Yes. My God, that's insane. Nick, if you're watching, dude, that's insane. Like, what the hell?
Gangster.
Yeah.
You're thinking.
I'll have
I
to
like
say
it.
one of the most crazy things that have happened on stage, and this is like probably not a big deal to a bunch of people, but like this was pretty impressive. So it was the time when we played for Minithon at our high school. We got asked to play Minithon at high school, and I always did this thing. I still do it to this day, where I drink the water and then like spike it off the ground or whatever. And I did that at the show. We have this on tape, by the way. So I'm not making this up. I like spiked it on the ground, but then after the show, after the song was over, I looked back and I was like, oh, someone picked up my water bottle and put it upright. No, like you look at the tape, I like threw it off the ground. It like flipped, went there, spun around, right up. It was ridiculous.
It was so stupid.
It
Bro, you
was
need to make a gif. You need to
ridiculous.
make a gif of that.
I
Yeah,
know, it
we
was
oughta.
so crazy, and it was on video. Like I want to actually like pull it up sometime again, but I just remember that being like, what? Like, is that physically possible? It was just crazy, but yeah, it's probably not too interesting. It was cool though. It
I'd
was
make a gif of
badass.
that. Like I
It
made
was
a gif when we were in
badass.
Scarlet Moon. I don't know if you guys were at the one festival we played at Reverb. I did this thing where I took my shirt off and like flung it. Did you change something just now? Oh, never mind. I
Are
thought
there
that
any
thing
more
went off.
questions that we should?
Yeah. But I made a
Not
gif of
currently,
that
I
shit.
don't think.
It's like perfect.
Yeah. I can ask him.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's cool. Yeah. So why don't we do this? Can we throw one of your let's do one of your songs, and like I'll do like I did with Alex Price's thing, like his phone. You know where I like held it. Unless you have a better
Yeah, we can
thing.
just play it through.
Yeah. So let's. Which song should we bump? Like, what's a good tasteful one? Like you get one song to give people an impression of
Well,
the
yeah,
album.
float's good, but
Float?
I mean, what do you think?
One that you're listening to while they're listening to it. We can still throw the whole thing in the background for the game if we want.
Or Doomsday.
Oh, yeah,
well, let's
yeah.
do that then.
Do you wanna? Here, let's play Smash.
But yeah, song that you. Yeah, let's do the one song though that
Yeah.
you'll listen to.
Wanna do
with
that
the
first?
Audience.
Well, do you want to run through the whole album though while we play Smash?
Yeah, we can do both.
Why don't?
When do you want to do what?
All right, let's play one now,
Okay.
and where I'll just shut up and listen to it, and the rest of
Man.
the time we'll just listen to the whole thing while we fuck
So
around.
A moment of music.
Yeah. So this is gonna be the dude # musical moment.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing.
I need to make that a thing for sure.
Oh.
Yo, this is episode 7.
Yes.
Steel Rain,
Yo,
Steel
lucky
Rain
number
might too.
7, man.
At least the style. Wait, what'd you say?
This is the 7th interview. Like you're the lucky number 7 interview. No one
Sweet
else is
dog.
gonna get number 7, bro.
Wow.
How you feel?
We did.
We
got
got
it.
number
Do you
7.
feel lucky?
Come
We
back
got
on
we got
for,
number. I got
number
one thing to say.
77 as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah.
I got one thing to say about that. We got number
777.
7. You didn't. So it's
Yeah.
like you're lost.
Yeah, you're lost.
Damn it.
Yeah, whoever bailed, fag. No.
Either Steel Rain, Float, or
Oh my God.
Doomsday.
Out of control.
All right, so
Oh,
what
I'd
song do we
say
wanna do?
either Steel Rain or Float. You know,
Let's
let's
hear
go
Float.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
alright,
go
let's
Float.
hear Float.
There's some really awesome screams in that.
At the end, especially.
And there's not too much screams. It's very much because like we do a lot of rap in our stuff. We do a lot of screams in our stuff. We do a lot of singing in our stuff. That song has all of those.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I think it is the most
I'm
representative.
definitely excited to see it.
All right.
Track 4, this is. This is the foreshadow song. If we keep going this direction, this is what will happen. That's the...
It's just kind of like we're all floating here until we don't have the strength. To
Purgatory.
What are we fighting for? What is the purpose that we've been searching for? Is the struggle we're carrying on?
Dignify and everything was stigmatized. Would deify myself, proclaiming eminence, developing another strain of superstition where we're cast out of ways, questioning its significance. Aided, abetted, facilitated, or threatened. Unaware that the past that you were none depicted, unabated, pervaded, hated, evaded, emulated. What's going on and what are we here for? We are for God to save us.
What are we fighting for? What is the purpose that we've been searching for?
I feel like you're influenced by Linkin Park in a good way. Like it's the same kind of thing, like the rap with the metal aspect.
What are we fighting for?
I don't know if that's something.
What is the purpose that we've been searching for? Is the struggle we're carrying on?
Citizens of the nation,
This is from
I shall not try to conceal the gravity of the situation that confronts the country. However, I wish to impress upon you the urgent need of calm and resourceful action. We must continue the performance of our duties, each and every one of them, so that we may confront this destructive adversary with a nation united and consecrated to the preservation of human supremacy on this earth. I thank you.
We see the lights are fading, dimmer as we swim into the shore, far beyond the point of saving, getting what we're holding on to. We see that the lights are fading out, so we continue to bring us down. When you get exposed without hope, till we die beneath the waves of control.
That's a lot of sustain there, man. That took practice. That was hella tasteful, dude. Very good. That's
Thanks,
that's a wide gap from your EP, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, dude.
And
that-
I'm glad you say that, 'cause
Yeah.
that's what we want.
Yeah, no, that was I can't wait. I feel like, you know what's going to be the best impression for this like album, like when I get to actually sit and alone by myself like listen to it.
Yes.
I got to be lifting weights for that. 'Cause there's anger in this album. I need
Yeah,
to
there's
use
a
that.
lot of emotion in this.
No,
album.
well,
We
dude,
put a lot, you
I
know?
feel it, man.
There's just as much emotion as there's anger,
yeah.
for real.
Well, anger's an emotion, baby. Come on
Like, yeah, it is. But emotion, as in like,
We don't want to sound like robots on the album.
No,
Just
of
like
course,
some,
no.
You know, we
It's
put
no,
everything
the
into that.
dynamics are awesome too.
Thanks,
like
man.
you have like those awesome, like that fucking big ass scream. How'd you do that, man? How'd you practice to do that?
oh my god.
Like I can scream decently, but fuck, dude, that's my weakness. Like trying to hold a long sustained note. I've
Yeah.
only
Well,
recently
when you
gotten
get up
okay.
higher,
It's
it's
Yeah.
a lot
way
easier
harder.
to hold
No?
out. No,
It is.
when
Lows
you
are
scream
harder.
higher, you know, in that song Chester Bennington with Linkin Park,
Yeah.
Giving Up, Giving Up, he does that scream for like 20 seconds, and it's extremely high, and everyone's always like, that is very impressive, one, but it's definitely not impossible to do with a little bit of practice, because holding out high screams, they actually do not take up a lot of
Yeah.
breath.
I-
The
Yeah.
breathy ones are the really low ones.
Yeah,
where you gotta,
that's true.
When
When I
I
was-
come from
I
here,
feel
it's
like the thing is, the higher you go, the harder it is to keep a scream when you're like sustaining the note. In my
Okay.
personal, like in my style, like
right.
I,
Well,
I could,
I
I
can
could
tell
use
you-
advice. Like I'm not a great
Yeah.
scream guy at all.
I could tell you for a fact when I was tracking that scream, I lost half my breath in that scream in the first 3 seconds getting the low, than I did the whole way up.
Yeah. Because you get to constrict it more.
Yeah.
I guess the higher you go in a scream, yes, it is easier. But when you're like at the very high,
It still
I'm
wasn't
talking-
easy.
I'm
Don't get
talking
me
like
wrong.
Spencer Sotelo, periphery
Oh my
shit.
god,
Like,
dude, I can only dream.
That's what I'm thinking of when I
Oh,
say like
yeah.
high screams. Like that
Oh,
shit. That
yeah.
shit is super hard.
Yeah, that's
to hit the note
ridiculous.
and put the distortion on. It's insanely difficult. And I've tried a lot in my car. Fuck.
And I think that screaming with pitch in mind is much more difficult than just
Absolutely.
going at it.
Yeah.
Screaming
That
with
was
no
super
pitch in
cool
mind.
Just-
though. I loved what you did there. I'm excited
Awesome.
for this.
You just have to go for it when you're doing
Yeah.
it. Like when I'll play a live show and I'll get off stage, my throat doesn't hurt me anymore. You know? what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, well, it shouldn't. And I was telling
Right.
Nick from Scarlet Moon that he said, "Oh man, every day I come out of the studio, like my vocals are killing me." I'm like, dude, like,
That
you're
shouldn't happen.
probably not doing it right.
Yeah.
Like he's like, "Oh, I want to feel the emotion out of it."
Can't
And I'm
come
like,
from here. It's got to come from here.
Yeah. Well, there's a technique to it with doing
Yes.
the guttural
You
stuff.
have to
like,
combine in certain
you
ways.
can't just fry your vocals
Can't
out
just-
with yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to
Can't-
really
A
look
lot
into
of people are like,
Yeah.
they're just screaming.
Yeah.
No, they're not
No,
just screaming.
it's a
Yeah.
technique.
Yeah.
It is
It's a very
definitely-
hard to
is
learn technique.
Yeah.
very difficult to master. Anyone
Yeah.
I think can sing notes. Minus like if you're like tone deaf or something. I mean that's different. But anyone can be like that because that's our normal voice. Blah 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 blah. You can do that if you're 3 years old. But like, this stuff takes a lot of time to do. As
I'm not gonna lie, I was scared at first. I was like, I want screams on this album, but I can't fucking do them. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know
man.
who's gonna
How'd
do
you
'em.
learn? YouTube?
Yes, many videos, and one specifically I came across on YouTube. He goes by Hungry Lights. He does like covers and stuff. He's the front man of the band Tala, which I think is really insane because we actually got my other band, The Art of Deception, got to play with those guys in Bloomsburg, and I finally got to meet that guy and tell him, hey, this is gonna blow your mind right now, but you're the guy that taught me how to do screams. And he was just really like blown away.
He's
by
like
that.
a skinny white guy.
Yes.
I fucking know that guy.
Yes.
He's like 10 different vocal styles.
Yes.
I watched that video. That
Yep.
was like the first one to help
wait,
me
what
get
was his
there.
name?
Yeah.
I
I recognize that Hungry Lights thing.
what is his name?
I don't know what his name
Isn't his
is.
name Just,
yeah.
what, did he-
Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Justin-
Yeah. Okay, so you met him in real life?
Yeah.
I know that guy.
What's his name? Justin
Justin
H
some-
something.
Yeah.
Starts with an H,
Yeah,
I think.
I don't know. Justin Hungry Lights.
Well, if he sees this,
Wow.
thank you again. I know I thanked him in person.
Yeah.
But
He had
still.
like red hair for a while, right?
Yeah.
No,
Sure.
dude,
His band's
that-
insane
yeah.
though. Tala, check them
Yeah.
out. They're insane.
That is
For
great.
real.
So, yeah, he honestly.
So
he's,
it was a
he's
really
probably
awesome moment
helped
for
a
me
lot
to
of
be able to
people.
thank him in person
Yeah.
for.
So
for doing
that was in Bloomsburg. You think he lives in PA? It's crazy how many crazy good metal bands come out of this.
I don't
fucking
know
state, dude.
where he's from, but he was on tour and his band was supposed to play somewhere else that day, but I think their show got canceled. So, the guy, their guitarist, is in another band called Toothless, who is friends with someone who was playing in Bloomsburg that day, So somehow that all
They
got
ended
tied in
up,
together.
yeah.
They asked Tala to play on the show with us. and-
That's dope.
yeah.
So, kind of, this question is obviously directed at you. Like, what's the difference between Art of Deception and UltraViolent to you? Like, what do you get out of each band? Like, each project means something different to you. What is it?
Yeah,
Like, what
okay,
does each
well,
one-
to start off in a basic sense, Art of Deception is much more heavier than Ultraviolent.
Mhm.
Two very, very polar opposite writing styles.
What do you do in Art of Deception? You play guitar?
I just play guitar, yeah.
You
and-
like
and I
rhythm
do-
guitar? Or
Yeah.
lead?
Well, I mean, we do a fair share of both. I do most of the rhythm stuff, though. And I also do some backing vocals. And, yeah, so it's two very different writing styles. With Ultraviolent, we're usually in our practice space with our instruments in hand playing. As far as the Art of Deception goes, we're in a studio behind a computer, guitars plugged into the computer, typing up drums. It's just so, it's completely different than what I'm used to, but
do
I
you
like
have a
it.
drummer for Art of Deception? or-
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
yeah. I'm talking when it comes to for the simplicity of writing. That's the way we go about it, and we're all at the same spot in the same room, and it's definitely a learning experience for me, because it was like I got to see the way someone else did their process.
Oh,
And-
so Art of Deception has a different.
Yeah, I'm
uh,
talking.
Yeah. So Art of Deception, who in there has their studio set up that you go to practice? at?
Nolan, the vocalist.
Okay.
Nolan Mateer. He's actually featured on one of our songs on this album.
Oh, nice.
Cataclysm, yeah.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
shout out. But yeah, we all get together at his house. We all practice at my house though still. Same with UV. We practice at my
All the
place.
bands practice at your
Yep.
place because you have the best pad.
Yeah, we had all this room, and then Art of
Those
Deception
dicks,
come
no.
in. That was a clutter. No, it was always a cluttered mess.
Yeah.
But
No,
no,
that's fine.
it's a very funny story how I actually ended up with those
Yeah,
guys.
I'm curious.
So back pretty much when
man.
UltraViolent started, somehow my dad had heard about this show happening at the roller skating rink in Pottsville, the Roller Roost, and he was kind of like, "Do you want to go to this show?" And I was like, maybe, I don't know. And he's like, "Well, what if we get there and it's a country show? Then what? We just wasted our night." Because he's like, he doesn't like country, and I mean, I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I was like, whatever. It's a show. We're bored. Let's go. So we drove up to Pottsville. And this was my very first local show. This is before we played out of town. We were still doing covers in Pine Grove. We didn't really know much of the local scene. And this was the first, I guess, local metal show you could say I've been to. First band I ever saw, Art of Deception. And I watched them perform live. Wicked energy was like nothing I've ever seen. And I said to myself that day, I was like, I want to do that. I want to do what they do. Bought a CD that night at that show. Took it home, listened to it, and I was just a genuine fan of at that point. I was a genuine fan. And on my YouTube, I do my drum cover stuff, I do my drum cover stuff, a couple guitar cover, but I did a drum cover of one of their songs off of the CD that I bought. Just out of pure, I like this song, I want to do a drum cover of this song. And I posted it, I shared it on Facebook, and the guys from the Art of Deception hit me up and was like, "Dude, this is awesome, thank you from the bottom of our hearts." And I was talking to their singer, Nolan, for a little bit. He said, I was like, "Yeah, I've been a fan this whole time." He's like, "Where are you based out of?" I said, "Pine Grove. It's about, 20 minutes, 30 minutes south of Pottsville." And he's like, "Dude, I live in Pine Grove." And I'm like, "What the hell, you live in Pine Grove?" He's like, "Yeah, I work at the grocery store down the road." So 3 years go by, 2-3 years go by, and I had no idea that this guy was 7 minutes down the road from me, and we're like, we gotta meet up, we gotta jam out, let's have a good time. And we ended up playing a show together before I was in Art of Deception, UltraViolent, and then played a show together, and the song I did the drum cover for actually played drums with them live on that song at that show, and that was really fun. And not long after that show, they had announced they were looking for a guitar player, and I told them, I was like, okay, I play guitar too, you know this, with being with UltraViolent, and I already know the songs as a genuine fan, I already know how they go, And Nolan came down and was like, all right, let's see what you got. Pulls up the tabs he pulls up the tabs and start going off, and they made the decision a couple days later. They're like, all right, you're in the band. And that moment, it was such a crazy moment for me. I was like, just as a genuine fan to end up being in the band.
Yeah, that's super.
It was really
cool,
awesome.
man.
It was really it was an honor, and I'm really thankful for that. And I've learned so much from those guys that I'm able to apply to UltraViolent, and I've learned so much from UltraViolent that I'm able to apply over there. Like, I can honestly say, if I wasn't in The Art of Deception, this album wouldn't sound as good as it does right now.
Yeah, no.
And I thank them for that, for real.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I remember when he said to us, he's like, look, The Art of Deception wants me to be in their band, and I wanted you guys, I want your approval of it before I go. I don't want this to destroy our band, And basically we were like, you do what you got to do, dude, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, this is what you want to do? Of course, and we'll work it out. You can be.
I made it clear too. I was like, if that band starts getting in the way of UV and like I'm blinded by it, like tell me. You know what I mean? I don't want to tear anyone apart.
Yeah.
And
because this project is like where you started.
Yes. And
yeah,
I don't know how they feel about it, but I personally think that I've kept an even balance between the two. I don't think I've compromised one way or the other because of being in both bands.
No. I mean, I really like the guys in Art of Deception. I like the music. I think they're all extremely talented. They're quite a few years ahead of us, meaning like they're very professional. I'm very impressed by them when they're live and everything like that. And that's something that we aspire to, but we're all very young still.
How old are the guys in that band?
In The Art of Deception?
20,
late 20s.
Late 20s.
Early to late 20s.
But what I meant is as a band.
No, I understand.
And taking themselves seriously.
They're sharp.
As far as taking themselves seriously, we've only been doing that for a few years where we were like, all right, let's start writing. Let's start, 2016, 3 years. But then also you have the time where we're like, all right, we take ourselves seriously. And then after the EP, and then after that, then we started when we started playing out, we've only been playing out of our hometown 2 years?
2-3 years?
No, about 2 years. It was not more than that.
I'm honestly really impressed with the kind of following we've been able to build in that short amount of time outside of our town.
But the Art of Deception.
Well, you guys put a lot of time and money in there.
Yeah.
How far away from the investment you put in are you from getting it back? You know what I mean? Come on.
Oh my God.
I didn't want to ask amounts, but that's what I'm saying.
God.
We're a local band. What do you want?
Hey, man.
us? You know what I mean?
You gotta
How
get.
far
You gotta,
we
you
were
gotta,
getting
you gotta,
it back, dude. No. Jeez.
I don't even want to think about that right now.
All right, fair enough, man. I usually before I do the interviews, I say, hey, if there's any taboo stuff you don't want to talk about, let me know now so I don't bring it up.
We didn't do that this time.
Yeah, I know.
I like it though.
No,
it's cool.
it's cool. That explosion of laughter was that was a perfect answer to the question.
Literally, we're gonna get our
As a
investment
segue,
back?
we have more questions in the chat.
Oh,
Do
good.
we? Oh, nice.
Good. I'm not. That's nice.
Don't mind my
Excited.
farmer's hand.
I'm totally
I just saw
grabbing
that
that
again.
clip for Instagram.
Yeah. Hey, can we timestamp this? So
Can we
remember?
honestly get a copy of this video to use
course.
that we
Of
can cut up and be like, look at this 5-minute segment of
course.
this,
Dropbox or something.
Awesome, dude.
Well, dude, Nick's been doing the same thing from Scarlet Moon. Like I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but he's posted a bunch of clips from this. So
I've seen that. Yeah,
Nice, dude.
I think honestly, because
it's a good content.
do you know anything
creator.
about cameras?
A little bit.
Okay, do you know what this is?
A camera.
Yeah, that's quite the camera. That's a Lumix GH5, and that thing records in 4K.
4K 62.
I don't want any trouble, Joe. All right, so I have a pretty decent laptop that I run Premiere on, and I do a lot of edits for a lot of the things I've done. When I open a 4K file on my laptop, it fucking ruins my laptop. So I think the best bet is to download the video off of YouTube.
Okay.
And I can do it for you because it's
Alright.
easier for when you run the channel to just download it.
Yeah, cool. We like to
Because
use it.
YouTube compresses the shit out of it.
Right.
Makes it way easier to digest for editing
Okay.
software. So we could totally give you the raw stuff, but it's gonna be a nightmare unless you have a fucking
I ain't worried about
Joe's
that.
computer.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we,
We
just
don't need a
wanted
4K
clips.
podcast.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
we have a 4K
Um,
music video. We don't need a 4K podcast.
Yeah. What's the question here, Joey?
All right. It's from Harry's Gigi. Do you know
Gigi?
Gigi? His
Gigi.
last name is Gigi. Yeah.
Maybe.
Wait,
Is it
G-I-G-I?
G-I-G-I-I.
We know a Gigi.
We do know
Yeah.
a Gigi.
All right. Well.
Did that say it's their last name?
We'll
Wait.
just ask the
that's their
question. Just
YouTube
ask the
thing,
question.
so-
Yeah, you can look at that.
Okay, I'm assuming
You'll know
that's
who it is.
Gigi,
Yeah.
especially because Braden commented
Yeah.
on it too. Hi, Gigi.
Hey.
All right. So I know some members of the band are in school. Was it hard to find a balance between the band and school?
True.
It's harder now than ever.
Because you're in
honestly,
college. Because you're in Penn
college
State,
is a
right?
thing.
You're
Before-
at main campus.
Yeah.
How do you make it down to practice? Like, what's the frequency that you guys practice, and then gig for that
Yeah,
matter?
that's the thing.
That's a good.
Well,
I
we-
literally.
we play on our own and everything, so like we still keep up and everything. But it's when I come home. When I come home, we'll have a practice, and that, depending on the semester and how hard it's been, I might not come home for like 3 weeks. But I think the longest I stayed up there was 5 weeks at a time, and it's like, yeah, it is hard because then, you're kind of out of practice. Although it's like we typically bounce back from it really fast, but now with this new member, it's a little harder to just get in, bounce back. I mean, Danny's great. Danny is great, and he picks up very fast. But the thing is, we've been playing these songs for years now while they were in projects, and then, he's been playing for them for like 2 months and everything. Not that means that he's not good at them. He plays them just fine. But it's just that it's a lot easier to get knocked out of that
The
practice.
swing of things, for
routine
sure.
and everything.
Then we
And
got to
because
teach them the stuff that
it's
we're
harder
already.
to get back in the swing of things because we'd all just get into it and it's like bam, it's like we never stop practicing.
Mhm.
Where are the rest
Practice-
of the members at? So you're in
They
main
were at
campus
work.
most
Oh.
of the time. But
I've literally stayed home to finish this album.
Yeah.
I put a lisp in there. This album.
Yeah.
I thought you weren't planning on going to college now.
And what?
I thought that you didn't play. I thought you didn't have nothing like figured
No.
out after school.
I don't. Well, I'm saying like, I knew that if I went to college, this wouldn't be out right now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Well, the time alone, man.
Yeah, the time it take that I'd have to put into mixing, and mastering, and
That's true. Yeah.
me personally, like he's there for his bass sessions, okay? Brandon's there for his drum sessions. I gotta be there for all of it.
Every single thing.
I have to be
yeah.
there for all of it.
What's the other bandmate's name? It keeps escaping me.
Danny
And
Corey, the new
he's
guy.
a guitar player.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He plays rhythm.
As of
Yeah,
now, yeah,
and
we'll
like
see what
secondly-
happens.
What was the last guy's
he-
name? I can't.
Kyle.
Kyle, yeah.
Okay.
Kyle Brown, yeah.
And
I still don't know what I'm doing with myself. I applied, I got accepted, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, well, you're in a
Play it
couple
by ear.
bands, man. I mean, if you keep grinding,
Like
it's only
if
a
I
matter of time
thought
till you keep-
we sucked, I'd be in college right
Yeah.
now. But I
you
see
feel like
something.
there's something here.
I see
Absolutely.
something, and I want to go with my gut. And
It's the whole reason old Bessie's still here.
I'm gonna quote Gary V. You know who Gary V is?
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Gary
yeah.
I'm gonna quote him. I could do nothing right for the next 3 years of my life. Wake up, be 22, and be young as fuck. And I have the rest of my life to do what I want. Really, I can make a decision
Yeah.
at that point. Like 3 years from now, if I'm not where I want to be with these bands, or if we're not where we want to be, or if we are where we want to be, you know what I mean?
You took
I'll
the
have
shot,
a more
yeah.
educated decision, and I will feel very, very very happy with myself
yeah.
that I gave myself that chance.
Yeah. I
And
think
then-
honestly, the
'cause
fact that you guys started when you were so young, because when you're in high school, you don't have shit to do after
Yeah.
school, man.
Well, I'm just
I
scared.
would kill for that time.
I'd-
now
I'd-
that I have a
I'd
real
hate
job,
to-
dude. Ugh.
I'd hate to go to college, have an opportunity come up, and have to say no because I'm
you're
in college, and everything I worked for my whole entire life is gone because of a decision that I made. that I made. You know what I mean? It's like suicide. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
Career suicide.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah. Well, I mean, dude, here's the thing.
debt.
Yeah, the debt.
We are.
Rather be in debt for the album than debt for fucking college.
Yeah, this album cost us a lot of money.
It would be
We'll put
way
it that
more
way.
debt. It would be way more debt if you're in college, though. Especially fucking main campus.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
Basically, though, it's like. Oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Well, whatever. But,
If you forget, it wasn't important. That's why I
happens
always
to me all the
look at
time.
it.
I think the
No, I
podcast
forgot.
honestly is helping me get better at remembering what I'm gonna say. Cause
Yeah.
It's cool. I think it's awesome though that you guys like.
Oh wait, I
You-
know.
you-
what I was
you
gonna say. Yeah,
guys
we've been
did
making
it-
it work
yeah, go
though.
ahead, shoot,
we
shoot.
have been making it work.
Yeah.
We started doing stuff over FaceTime actually, but
Like
now
jamming over space time.
no, not jamming, but just
gonna
like
say, that's hard
talking
with the
about
latency.
the running side of things, and also, if there was a cut that Brett put in, like a recording that he put in, then we'd get on there and we could talk about it. We tried writing lyrics on there. We're looking to do more in FaceTime.
Towards the end of
and
the
then we got the summers. Like when I came home from school, half the album wasn't written lyrically. All that time that I said I put into writing lyrics for this album was in the past 2 months. Like I'm not even joking. Like it would be I would get home, or I would wake up, write lyrics. About 5 p.m. I'd go in there and then touch base with them on what I got. And then I started working full time and part time. And then
Same.
that was really
Same.
where it got bad. And then it was like, okay, because it was literally I'd wake up, work 8 hours, then go in there, and then I'd sit there till 1 or 2 a.m. Then I'd do the same thing, and then on the days that I worked part-time too, it was just not happening. And then it went at a snail's pace at the very end. But still, it was like I just dedicated the first 2 months of summer. That was all I did. I just wrote the entire time.
I'm honestly really I'm excited for what we do next, because towards the end of this release, and maybe it's because of Danny joining the band, maybe it's just because we needed something fresh, but I kind of saw ourselves almost taking up a newer kind of writing style. Just the way that we went about certain things was a little bit different than we did the past couple of years, like especially with writing lyrics. The way that we sat down and kind of looked at everything was completely different than the way we used to do it.
It's a much better way of doing it. I think that this next album is gonna be done very quickly. That's why I'm not really concerned about it with school in the way, because we won't need 3 years to come up with. Sorry, I'm fiddling with that.
It's
plus
probably
it-
gonna get picked up, so try to avoid that.
Okay, alright, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all good.
Sorry
man.
about that. I
Play with
didn't even
this.
notice I was doing it. I
Plus,
didn't notice I was doing it.
plus, I can 99.9% guarantee you we're not gonna try and write a concept album next time around.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Just like you did last time, right?
It will be.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it might be a concept EP.
whatever.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to go.
Concept
But,
EP. But
When you're not trying to write a concept album and you're just trying to write song after song that just sounds good on their own, yeah, definitely isn't gonna take as much time, for sure. Because you don't got to worry about how they tie into each other, how everything relates, this, that, this and the other thing. Each song just kind of has its own. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to say, and this is what I want to say. You know what I mean? Instead
our
of
song, we like to have
Instead of
meaningful
progression.
things in our songs.
yeah.
I feel like it's either that or just make the song about nothing. Just
Yeah.
make it a bunch of rambling. Which, I mean, it's not a terrible thing, but just like I'm not going to act like it has meaning. I'm just going to have a lot of fun with it.
I mean,
In a
that's not
different
always
way.
a bad thing either, because
what I mean, yeah.
a lot
Those
of
are
the most
open for interpretation.
yeah, and
that- if that can
sometimes if you just want it to be catchy, you can just like, oh, let's like revolve it around this like motif,
Okay.
so that people can grab it and be like, oh, that's the little thing I like about the song,
Right.
the melody.
Like if we have a way we
You
want
know?
the song to go, and we need
Yeah.
to say this or play this to make it go that way,
Mhm.
and you just kind of do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I just wrote a song. Maybe I'll show you guys later. I actually had Inner Urge and Ethan. We did that jam on it. It's a new song I wrote, and it's kind of poppy, but it's got some off-time stuff too. So it's not a pop song, and it's complicated. You know, like it's tasteful, but it's fun to play too.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I'll show you it then. I think maybe you'll dig it.
Sweet.
It's not as badass as your album. Oh man. More questions?
Yeah. So I think you guys are basically already starting on this one, but yeah, Gigi said that is him. You know,
Her, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Or who? Her.
Her, yeah.
Okay.
Gigi.
Nice.
Are you guys planning on taking a break from writing new music, or are you already thinking of future projects?
We're already thinking of new projects.
Yeah.
We already have.
It's
we already have.
never ending.
Yeah, we already have new songs like
Yeah.
planned out, kind of like
Yeah.
we're like, oh yeah, we got.
You're
this
always
one.
working on some concept.
And that's Brandon
Yeah.
at work there because
Oh, really?
Honestly,
while
yeah.
we were like grinding these lyrics out for the new album, Brandon, he was done. All the drums were done, all the music was written. The parts he was concerned about really were like done. I mean, he helped out with like melodies and everything. Like, oh, I want it to go this way. He didn't really care what it was like about. I guess like what the lyrics said, as long and we do a good job. But he took all of that time and he's been writing constantly. He has so many ideas for new songs.
That's
I feel like
dope.
we're just gonna sit down in the next month before we go back to school and be like, all right, what do we got here? What do we got to work with? And I mean, what he started doing now, which I really like, is he started structuring the songs too. But where before he'd be like, here's this riff idea that we had, and then we'd all structure it together. You know, sometimes it's just better when one person does it and then says, look what I got, alter it the way you want.
Yeah.
Because
That's how we wrote Float.
yeah, because when we decide everything together as a 4-piece, it takes forever, dude.
Me and
Takes
Brandon.
forever.
I remember Avery leaving practice one night, and that same night, me and Brandon wrote and structured Float in about
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was the quickest song we
It's
wrote.
crazy how it comes to you, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Some
Like,
of the
Root-
best songs I've written,
Roots was
I
not
wake
that
up with that song in my head, and I have to grab
Yeah.
my guitar before I go to work. So I'll
Roots
be
took
late
the whole
just to
3
fucking get it
years.
down.
Roots took
yeah,
the whole
no,
3 years to get down.
times.
Float, 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's insane how it goes, man.
At least instrumentally, 45
Yeah, and
minutes.
guess what with Float? So, with Float, I tried for
It's
so
so weird.
long though trying. Oh, is it bug?
It was big. It was a big
Thanks.
bug. He said,
Thanks.
I tried for.
It's so
for
weird
those-
calling it Float.
It is
It
because
is.
we always called it the working titles.
Yeah,
But,
no doubt.
Do we mention, though?
Yeah, but so with Float though, I tried to find something catchy to put to that chorus for so long, years, like 2 years. I'd come up with different shit to put there, and then it was only when I was writing the bridge part, like how the melody was gonna go for the bridge part, I played something on the acoustic, and I was like, wait, that sounded pretty good. Like what I had before, like sucked in comparison to what we have now, and literally that quick. It took 2 years of messing around, having 50 million ideas for how the chorus is gonna go, and then by accident I played something on the acoustic,
and it was the right thing.
it fit so perfectly, and I was like, this is it. This is what's gonna be on the final thing.
Hey, before I forget,
Yeah.
the shirt I'm wearing,
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Square Up Studios, that's the guy that filmed our music video for Insult to Injury.
Shout out to you, Eric.
Eric DiCarlo is his name. He does Square Up Studios.
He's
He
great.
just got new merch. This is one of his things. He's the most down to earth dude when it comes to that kind of thing.
He's very easy to work with.
We work with him there. I've worked with him with Art of Deception as well. He's just all around awesome, and he's so good at what he
He's
does.
very
Every video
creative.
he puts
Yeah,
out just
he's
keeps
very
getting
fast.
better.
There was a
and better.
promoted Art of Deception clip running around on Instagram. I saw it like every day while it was getting promoted. Like you were paid. It was a paid sponsored
Yes,
clip.
okay.
It's like a chair on fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the
that-
teaser.
Was
for,
that him? Was that this guy?
No, we did that ourselves.
Oh, nice.
Um,
that was
that-
weird. I
that-
loved it.
that was
I
a-
liked that. It was very Tool-esque,
Yeah.
opethic.
Well,
like,
it was a teaser for Infernal Wasteland, our music video, which he did film.
nice.
That got over 200K on Facebook
Wow.
Yeah,
So, like,
that's ridiculous.
views. My mind is blown.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
thank
you're
you,
viral,
everyone
man.
who watched it.
That's awesome.
Kind of broke the internet for a second.
Yeah,
there. It
yeah.
was pretty cool.
It's a good
But
feeling,
yeah,
for sure.
he definitely helped out on that. Chris Kelly is the guy that produced Infernal Wasteland, that song. He's Darth Vader in Galactic Empire.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Dude, it's crazy how...
So,
It's
Chris, if
crazy
you see
how-
this, thank you.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I just
The
wanted
Galactic
to give...
Empire guy, that's this guy that does the shirts?
No, this
No.
is Eric.
Oh, my
Eric,
bad.
my
He's
bad.
from
I
New
mixed up.
York, and he
Yeah.
makes good music
Yeah.
videos
Yeah,
by
yeah.
himself, and he's
Yeah, yeah.
awesome at it. So
Yeah, the Galactic Empire guys. It's funny how that all comes full circle.
Yeah,
It's
it really
I'm not
is.
even gonna get into the rabbit hole that is in my brain
Oh,
right now. That synapse that
I
just
agree.
connected right there.
I agree, yeah.
It's funny how all these bands know each other somehow. It's interesting. Cool. We have any other questions?
I think just a comment. Oh no, we do have something else. All right.
We'll
Josh
start going
Anspach.
quick,
Anspach.
It's my
Josh
dad.
Anspach, that is Brett's
Papa
dad.
Bear.
Jeez.
He said,
Chaco.
Hey,
You
Dad.
look ripped, Brett.
You flexing, bro, this whole
No,
time?
I do have a farmer's tan, though. You'll probably see that.
And then Wes Levon.
That's his dad! That's his dad.
You got the parental support here.
Yeah, no doubt.
How important is the support of your road crew?
And the
this
parents,
is a good time
this
to
is
talk
what that
about it.
means.
This is
No,
because dude,
Let's
honestly,
get in
look,
on that, man.
look,
That's awesome.
parents are parents. You know, everybody's always a little bit embarrassed by their parents, but honestly, I'm not embarrassed to thank them for everything they've done, because we would not be here without them. We would for real not be here without them. Like what they've done, they've made this band. You know, they really have. And, you know, that might be embarrassing for some people to admit, but it's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for me.
Yeah,
Jocko, my dad, my mom,
Giving us the place
everybody.
to practice with pretty much whenever.
yeah,
Yeah.
even
It's an open door.
even-
Like,
and I wanna mention the parents of Kyle, our old band member, Stacy and Jody, and then also, believe it or not, Kyle's grandma, Bernie. That lady is crazy. She is awesome. But yeah, that whole family. When we were first starting out, it was like, yeah, they, you know, they're the ones that do the stuff behind the scenes. And
sometimes they were the ones that had to get our ass in gear. You know what I mean?
They were, yeah. Sometimes they held the band together, and it was like, wow. And now we're this, and it's like, dude, we wouldn't have been there without our parents, dude.
I want to give a shout out to Dave.
And Dave Whitman.
Dave
yeah.
Whitman,
Dave
yeah.
Whitman too, I want to say, yeah.
He helped us put this band together.
He helped us realize how to become like serious with it and everything.
He helped us through a really tough time.
Yeah, it was like 2014. This is right before UltraViolent that he really came in, because
We almost had like called it quits.
we almost called it, yeah. We were in a band, me and him were in a band before that. It was like a cover band that was just 3
Yeah.
members. And then it was a big falling out and everything. We were almost done. And then he came in and was like, look, I was in a band, like a serious band a while ago. And like, this is what you got to do. You got to ditch the covers. You got to start taking yourselves real serious. You know,
Play out
if you're
of
not
town.
serious, don't waste your time.
Write your own stuff.
Play out of town. Your audience is not here, which was apparent to us by the time. But yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Do you have any advice for bands where like they're scared to ask their parents for help a lot of the time, and maybe that's
Are they?
why? Well,
Well,
I
yeah,
can
I mean,
I can
people-
think of countless people where they don't want to ask for help. They'd rather be stubborn, like, no, I'm gonna do this myself, and they fall flat on their face. And
Well,
like, this
here's the thing.
fucking ain't for
Well,
me,
well,
man.
here's the thing.
I'm just gonna work at Decca.
you can try and do everything yourself. That's cool. You take big pride in it. We were that way for a while, or at least I know I was. But if you don't at least accept what someone else is willing to give you, you're not going to succeed. You're really not.
Mhm.
You won't succeed, this industry especially, without others having your back throughout the whole thing.
And being grateful for the
I-
for the legitimate people out there, like even like you're
Yeah.
a perfect example, being a legitimate fan of Art of Deception, and they were, you know, open the doors to you
Yeah.
because they could see that you were that sincere, genuine dude, you know.
Yeah, and
That's awesome.
and always, like, those people are the ones that have your back when you do feel like calling it quits. If you don't ask for help, you're not gonna have people to talk to, which open doors for more people, and you're not going to have anyone to go to when you feel like calling it quits for them to be able to say, hey, man, you got this. You're going through a tough spot right now.
Yeah.
You know what I
Dude,
mean?
our parents were our best support group. I'd never be ashamed to admit their significance and keeping us running.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what they've done, the time, because they sacrifice a lot of their time for us, you know. Dude, they come to every one of our shows, and it's like, dang, like, you know, that's dedication. That's crazy. That's awesome. You know, they're our biggest fans, you know. They come to them, they're always like, oh, wow. In the beginning, they're like, oh, yeah, you guys bring a lot of, like, people reliably. And it's like, well, we have already, like, 10 of them that just come to all of them, their parents.
They're the ones that drove us here.
Yeah.
Well, before we could drive, hell, when we were
Before
a band,
we could drive, we were
as
a
hell.
band before we could drive. So, yeah, of course. Dude, they used to take us into band practice all the time. Oh, man, yeah. I used to get rides there and from. Band practice
I remember
all the
there'd be
time.
times where it's like, hey man, you want to have band practice? Yeah. Hour later, can't go. My mom can't give me a ride in, or like something like that.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, reschedule. So it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy, you know, how
Yeah.
far
No
we've
doubt.
come, how young we started. And
That's honestly the most impressive things about you guys. Like, aside from the incredibly well done albums, the energy on stage and everything, the fact that you guys were mature enough to get after it so young and you're still pushing, like, that's crazy. What are you majoring right now?
I'm triple majoring in political science, history, and economics.
So that's
It's a
why
lot
the
of-
album was about that.
That's all. I mean, dude, that's just me though.
No,
Like, that's
that's
just
awesome.
me. Those are my interests, and it's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I've always been interested in politics because it's about people. I've always studied people.
Well, the earlier you start, easier it is, in my opinion.
yeah,
No doubt.
I've
'Cause
always
if
been
I tried-
thinking about things.
If I
you know?
tried to pick up a guitar today and learn how to play it, no way in hell would I do it. I wouldn't have the motivation to learn
yeah,
that.
no, me neither.
I wouldn't have the
I have too
time.
much time.
Yeah.
Glad
Never.
I did it when I was 10 years old. Oh
Glad
my
when I did it when it
gosh.
was the only thing I had time to
Time
worry
for,
about.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just develop a passion for
And
it.
now it's like I don't need to worry about learning things anymore. I can just play stuff, so it's
Yeah.
like nice. But
I'll
yeah.
say, like, as a caveat to that, I didn't start taking music really seriously till I was an adult, and once I did, it because I made it a regimented part of my schedule and made it a priority. I made it, a reality. And
Okay.
I'm a pretty good musician, I'd say, as a result
are,
of
yeah.
it. You know, like I've had some successful projects and stuff, so it's never too late to start.
I'm not gonna
But
say that it
you
is.
should definitely, like, if you have
But-
the time, you shouldn't be spending it playing fucking Call of Duty and
Yeah.
Fortnite, man.
Well, you,
oh, I did both. It's okay.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's so
Yeah.
crazy that you have time for both.
That's the
'cause
thing,
At
is
my
like when-
age, you're either doing one or the other. Like the gamers that I play with, they're all basement dweller dudes. That's all they
Yeah.
do. That's why, like, I'm the worst in that group. But then when I go, play other people in tournaments where they have a day job, it's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking wax all these people. And then one of the basement dweller dudes knocks me out of the bracket.
well, when you're young, your brain is a sponge.
Oh, dude.
So like
it's
that,
it's very easy to learn stuff, you know.
yeah, and that's why I always thought,
It's easy to
earlier
give
you
up when
got
you're
you
old.
start that too. It's very easy to replace it with something else that you view as more important when you're older. But if you let it if you let it take over yourself at an age where you don't really have much else going on, I guess you could say, it just kind of becomes a part of you, and it's kind of all I really think about. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and just my brain, without me even trying, is just like, all right, what can I do today to make us better? Like, pretty
Dude,
much.
that's incredible.
It's just a natural kind of thing. Like, whenever I sit down and have a free moment, I feel like I'm doing a disservice to myself, because it's like, I could be doing something productive right now. Like, I could be helping us out. I could be
Yeah,
pushing us
yeah.
forward. You know what I mean? That's why I always feel so restless, is I'm always,
Yeah.
get home from work, and it's like, all right, what can I be doing right now? I could turn on a PlayStation, but I'll feel guilty the whole time I'm playing, because it's like, I could be using this time.
We're not so different, you and I, man.
Yeah.
That's
High
awesome.
conscientiousness.
I don't
Yeah.
know. For me, stuff like that, I always do that like late at night. or I mean, actually, whenever like feel like. But
No, I'm
but
a
I'm
night
saying,
owl, too. I can
but I'm
relate.
saying, I do prioritize like self time too, meaning like I need to just chill out and just like I'm. Just
I
gonna-
try, but like
I'm
my
just gonna
brain doesn't
play a
let me.
game.
Well, your brain and your body will make you eventually.
Yes.
But I think honestly, the way that you get after it, that's not a bad thing. What are some tools that you use, like maybe to make your strategies more effective? Like any like apps you use on your phone to keep your calendars?
Brandon
Like any
has-
advice you could give anybody?
Brandon he writes riffs on a little piano thing. Like
What do you
that's
mean?
He doesn't play guitar, but he has
Brandon
piano.
doesn't play guitar.
He's
He
got a
writes
little-
so many. He writes her
Yeah.
best riffs.
Little studio thing on his iPad. He records piano.
Oh, okay.
And he's like,
Yeah.
all right, so play this on a
the
guitar.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm assuming that's where that lick came from.
I don't know. I just made that up.
Oh,
but,
I don't know.
But
That's
that's
funny.
essentially how
Yeah,
it works.
That's crazy.
You know what? Let's use that in the song.
Yeah.
We'll remember that.
We'll do it right now after
Yeah,
this.
yeah. But anyway, I use reminders on my phone a lot because I could be at work or I could be somewhere and I'll have like 5 thoughts pop up in my head out of nowhere. And I'll be like,
Yeah, the reminders
I
app
should
is great.
I should really do this. I use reminders app all the time. Oh my god, I'd be so gone without it. I'd be so lost.
And the
I wouldn't be able to
Notes
keep
app,
track of myself.
The Notes app.
Notes.
Oh my gosh, I use the Notes app. Not even just all for music. If I ever have a thought about anything, because all the time it'll be like I'll be sitting somewhere, and I'll think of a really good line. I'm like, yo, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
right there in my notes, and
Yo.
I have like 50 million notes.
Of those.
It's crazy. Yeah.
And so I'll give you some advice. What Joe and I use for basically all the projects we do is this app called Trello. It's basically
Yes, we use that at
Trello.
work. Yes.
Dude, use that for your band, bro. You can just be like, in the band board, you can say, yo, I just thought of this random lyric. If someone has time, because I'm fucking at work or I'm studying or something, like, extrapolate on this. See if there's something here that maybe we can make this into a thing. And all that, like, downtime that other guys can have to make it that more productive.
Well, we started
Dude.
doing that with Google Docs.
Yeah, Google Docs
with-
is incredible,
with
too, man.
lyrics.
Yeah.
We'd all sit down on our laptops in the same room and in real
On the
time
thought couch.
see what everyone's doing with the lyrics in real time, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, we're all just sitting there. And we're like,
All right, Google, pay me.
What do you think
Like,
about it?
you know,
What do you think about
Doubtful,
this?
bro.
What do you think
They're
about
letting
this?
you use the app for free.
Yeah,
There's paid versions of those apps,
Yeah.
actually. But yeah, Google Docs. Thanks Google. As
Thank
much
you.
as you're kind of a double-edged sword. But yeah, no, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, Joe? Or can we play some Smash?
Well, they just keep coming.
They just keep
Eviction,
coming, baby.
eviction and smash.
Yeah.
Is
Cool,
that
what-
that-
you
yo,
guys
if
have the-
people are watching, they're interested.
Yeah, no,
let's
definitely.
answer
You
them.
guys have the biggest audience so far for the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for sending this
Oh,
out
wow,
for the live
nice.
stream. This is the most
As far as live.
like
yeah.
personal interaction from outside.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Thank you
Good
for
job.
watching.
Someone who's watching this, make a Facebook post and be like, everyone else get on it.
Oh,
too.
man.
Yeah. Everyone
Someone
who's
get on,
watching right now,
send
share it.
everyone to this podcast right,
Right
now.
now.
And then ask us questions. If you see that there's more questions coming, just tell us, like, look, cut these answers down. Stop going on tangents.
What are we working with for time right now?
Uh,
We're easy 2 hours in.
yeah, I think we're 2.5.
Jeez,
God.
this is
I'm
probably
good to
gonna be
keep
the
going.
longest one,
Yo,
bro.
I'm good to
I don't
keep
even
going as
care.
long as you're good to
Dude,
keep going.
same. I have to be
Let's
up at
do
6
this.
a.m., but if we're done at 5 a.m., bro, that's cool. I don't care,
right.
bro. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here for you guys.
I'm
So
not
I'd
doing
really,
anything
I
tomorrow.
have an idea. Why don't let's throw the album on,
Yeah.
play Smash, and then
The
you
questions wall.
exactly,
Okay, yeah.
exactly,
Sounds good.
yeah.
All
Who's player 2?
You. He is.
Still
Oh,
didn't-
God.
Still didn't hit A.
Yeah, still didn't hit it.
Still didn't
Yeah,
hit it.
I know.
2 hours,
I know.
man.
Yeah, I know.
Ah,
2.5 hours, and we did not. I know
button.
somebody's out there like,
Highlighted.
yo, come on, man.
Someone
Samus
know.
needs to get their act together.
They're out there like, why is Smash in the background?
Yeah, for real. Like, are
like,
they gonna play or what?
Yeah, of course we're gonna play Smash.
All right, so
So we'll just do one.
yeah, let's do one. I'm gonna be the boy Roy,
I'll do this guy.
Dark Samus.
He's a good
and we
character.
Got King K.
Dude,
Rool,
no.
the croc with the Glock,
the croc with the Glock.
So,
Dank
big suck.
Samus.
big suck all
can you
day.
like slightly turn it this
Turn
way?
this.
Yeah, because there's a
All right.
glare.
I'm gonna right there. Is that good? 'Cause I
little
don't-
more, a little
little
more.
All right, because I don't want to fuck
There
with
you go,
Avery
that
too
looks
much.
It's
There we
cool.
go.
All
All right,
I'm not
cool.
gonna do good anyway.
I'm not gonna do good anyway.
All right, so Avery is water.
I don't even know what I'm doing, dude.
Brett is Brett, and Bard is Bard.
Yo, go ahead and hit him with those questions.
Yeah.
So I'm going after Avery right now, so ask Brett a question. Oh, never mind. Other way around.
Fuck you.
I escaped. I don't know how to do anything.
Fuck
I'm
you, I
just
don't want to
hitting
answer
the
your
button.
question. Yo, if you don't want to answer a question, just hit someone. Right?
All right, so yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Give
though,
us a question. What's going on?
All right. So,
I'm just trying to kick him.
He's clapping them cheeks super hard.
I'm just
I got a
kicking.
comment from your mom. I don't know if you want. Anyways, I'll just say it. Wes
Yes.
Levon. Oh yeah, mommy loves you.
Oh god.
Best
They
comment.
did it. Look, here's the thing.
Best
They did that
comment.
on purpose.
No doubt, bro.
That's not even something they say.
They're like,
just
oh,
doing-
they're reading everything. Let me just put.
They're
this
like,
in.
oh, they said they'd never be embarrassed. It sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
They're probably having a beer in my basement.
What am I
right now.
doing? I'm in a bubble?
All right.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah,
shield,
that's your
dude.
shield. Keep holding it.
Don't-
Keep holding it.
I'm
Yeah,
back
it
up.
shrinks and then breaks and then it incapacitates you. So actually, don't do that. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
I'm not
nice.
gonna give you good advice while I'm fighting you.
So
Hold it, but just not too long.
So we got more.
Oh,
of
you dodged
an
that?
actual
No, I put up
question
the
here.
shield.
What we got?
All right, what's up? Let's hear
Have you
it.
guys always wanted to be
Let's hear it.
musicians?
Of course.
No.
Oh no, I fell off the map. I didn't even see myself. All right.
Oh damn.
But yeah, no, of course. Dude, I wanted to be a musician since I was like
Game's
4
up there.
years old. Since I was like 4 years old, playing and singing or not playing and singing, but I mean like playing Stacy's mom in the car, singing that song. I think my dad said like one time we were in the car and all of a sudden like he realized that I knew all the words to this song, and he's like whoa, like what the heck. But no, I've wanted to be a musician. I've been singing since I was 3 years old.
Give him the suck.
Give him the suck.
All right, yeah. So
Avery's just like, yeah, the suck. Okay.
yeah,
like-
give him this. That's amazing. I've answered a question. Yeah, get
I
out of here.
have one for you guys. Have you
Did he answer?
Yeah, he
I answered. No, he didn't answer.
Yeah.
I mean,
I fell off the map. I don't care.
I guess, yeah, you could say that. I've been pretty into the music. I don't know how long I've been saying I want to play it.
Well,
but
yeah,
I've
yeah,
definitely been
that's
into
true. When I was in first grade with Brett, I remember being like, dude, I remember asking you this question too. Like, dude, do you want to be in a band? Like, let's. Be
I also
famous.
remember you
But
asked.
then you said no because you were like, oh, I don't know, I wouldn't want to be near home, and you're like. I was
My
like, but
bad,
dude,
Brett.
wouldn't that be awesome? Like going around in like limos and stuff, and you were like,
Limos.
yeah, I know limos. Like, I was like, yeah, limos. Wait, are you out,
Yeah,
Brett?
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm doing good. But yeah, no, but he was like, no, I wouldn't want to, and I feel like that, like, yeah, he
he
just
lied to
changed-
you, and he's been a liar
Yeah.
this whole time. No, I'm just kidding.
I also. Shit.
Brad's called me out. Yeah. Kick us up.
I don't even know what to say.
The jig is up.
Yeah.
I wanted to give him the
I also remember you asking me if I liked interesting trees, and I asked you what you meant by that.
Really?
And-
That sounds like
No.
something I would
No,
ask.
no. So
That sounds like something I would
so first grade, right? We had what we called
Get out of here!
Star of the Week, and it was a book.
Oh, I thought you said star of the week. Like,
Yeah.
make them like,
Starve
go
them.
without food.
Yeah.
No,
like
no.
Schindler's List.
But
Star of the week.
Okay.
And one kid in the class was the star for that week. And we'd make a book about this kid. And each person, everyone else in the class would be like, Bob likes this, or Bob wants to do this, right?
We don't know anyone named Bob.
Well, I was star of the week. And
Press A.
and they all had to ask me stuff, and Avery comes up to me one day, he's like, yo, dude. I'm like, what's up?
Sounds like me now.
And he's like, do you like interesting trees? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, you know, like the ones that have holes in them. And I was like, I guess. And the next week later, the teacher would always read this Star of the Week book to the class, and it was like, oh, Brett likes the computer, you know. Brett likes doing this, and then we came across Avery's page, and it was like, Brett likes interesting trees. And it was a picture of me and him and this tree with a hole in it.
Oh wait, I used to draw those. That's why I used to always draw the tree, and then I'd be like, dude, I would be like, there's a black hole right here, like something's living in that tree.
Yeah, there's something in
Dude,
there.
look here, I was really weird as a kid, and it never got any better.
Dude,
so-
good, bro.
Got
That's
it
why the
better.
music's so good.
True.
Fuck that normal shit, bro. Interesting trees for the win. We're naming whatever the song we do today. It's gonna be called Interesting Trees.
You know
I'm
what
okay
I
with
always
that.
say about weird people. So I say everyone's weird. Some people are just better at hiding it.
I do think that. I really do think that. A lot of I do
Yeah.
think that everyone
There's
is
no
a very
normal.
extremely
Yeah.
weird, but that I agree completely with that statement. I think a lot of people are weird, but are too afraid to say anything about it. I kind of just like don't care. Like I don't know. Just
You are who
like,
you are, you know what I mean?
I'm
Yeah.
really weird, and that's it. That's just how it's gonna be. So whatever.
Any comments?
Press
yeah,
A,
I mean,
yo.
there's more.
Let's do
Let's get another one, rolling
you
here.
two against me. We'll do team battle.
Alright.
Ultra,
All right, yo. So what's
We're
the
going
next
fast.
comment?
UltraViolent versus the Bardic Inspiration.
Alright,
Let's see what he got. I don't really know what this one's about, but here we go.
Okay.
Press A.
I think it's one of your dads again, Josh Anspach.
Press A on that
And
controller.
Spatch. All
How
right.
much?
Anspach.
I figured I'll fix that. Yeah, I'll fix that for
I
you.
was just making up. I was just making one
Press
out.
A
Yeah.
on the controller quick. I want to
How
change
much
something.
influence
I want
Gas
to change
DJ Inspector had on you? Just asking
Dude,
for a
they're the best
friend.
ones.
He's
They're the
asking
best
for a
ones.
friend.
He's asking for a friend.
I know which friend he's asking for.
Well, he we opened for him at the prom after party.
Yeah, we did. Oh man.
Hey Schnecky, what's up?
We'll do
Schnecky, yeah. Shout out to Jason Schneck. That's DJ Inspector.
Oh, okay.
He's one of our friends. Yeah.
He's one of our friends. He's a DJ around. And they're
Local
like,
DJ.
they play good music, like not like trash music of
He,
today.
he'll DJ prom and he'll throw Walk by Pantera in there to.
That's
scare
what he
everyone.
did. Yeah, yeah. We like gave him a system. We're like, dude, play these songs at prom. It's gonna be awesome. And then like
Alright,
we played
team
Pantera.
battle. Change
just-
your team to blue.
Our,
that it?
Our dudes were like,
no,
nope.
there's more.
Okay.
That's a good
Alright,
story though.
I'm
But
gonna-
yeah,
I'm
tell
gonna
us
hit you
another
with the
one. Let's hear
crocodile
more
bro.
of these.
Are you okay? All...
The 45 caliber killer that slays the gorillas.
Dude, just give me Mario, bro. But wait, where is he? Yo,
Give me
wait.
Samus again.
Give me
Falcon.
the bronze kneecap.
Wait,
Don't
playing
make
the Bronze-
me use this.
Yes.
I have a good meme I gotta show you.
Yeah,
So
the
what's
back
this?
going.
So what's this next one?
Yeah. Okay. What do we got?
Avery's just gonna
Favorite-
stock tank the whole time.
Gigi asks favorite video game.
Oh,
that's
my
good.
favorite video game?
Yeah.
Funny you should ask.
God of War. Anything God
really?
of War. God of War's so good, dude.
You played
The
new
first 3 Super Mario Brothers. Punch Out is really good. I love NES games. Let's go
Really?
with yes.
one? Get out of here.
Um,
We're way more cultured than I thought. The
First
whole time.
Crash Bandicoot.
I'll drink to that, man.
I know how to do 2 moves in this game, just saying.
I don't know. I just platformers are my thing.
Yeah. Dumb. Okay,
You're-
why are you not getting affected by any of this?
You have to when you grab me, you have to push a direction on your.
Is that a
D-pad.
grab? Is that what I
Yeah,
keep doing
that
like this?
tether is a grab.
Yeah.
How do I?
You're landing it very often.
I
Really?
am not
Because
doing
that's
good
all.
at
Oh
all.
no!
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Up and B is how you
So
recover.
yeah. All right. There's our favorite game or
Ooh,
whatever.
jeez. Yo,
Although
Brett,
I was a
Brett,
very
come here, let
big
me give
fan
you a
of
suck,
Red
baby.
Dead. I
Yeah.
still am. Red Dead's amazing. Uncharted is definitely up there.
Uncharted's good.
Xbox, you guys won't know. You guys won't know God of War or Uncharted because I just jumped off the map on my own doing. I don't.
It
yeah.
happens, man.
All right, so yeah, what's another one?
Another question?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Another question. Alright.
So that's a good strategy. Like you grab me while Brett Falcon punches me.
I don't
Too
know
bad
what
you're
I'm
not
doing.
gonna pull it
Oh, by
off,
the way,
though.
Gigi changed her name so that it would be more recognizable. Just G-I-G-I now.
Oh, good.
I
Glad.
think she did that just because of us. Alright, so.
I fucking suck.
Bro, I play this competitively.
I know you do.
Don't beat yourself up. That's like me saying, "Fuck, I suck at drums." When I look at
Yo,
Brandon.
you should play Brett in Mario Kart. He's like, he'll destroy anybody.
Oh
in
yeah.
that game.
My
2000
girlfriend kills me. in fucking
2008.
Mario Kart.
I used to be a world champion.
Oh, that's you, Brett.
Yo, come here really quick. You just suck.
Alright, so what do we got?
What? What just happened?
So,
I gave you the
Let's
suck.
hear it.
Sage Bosher.
Hello, Sage. She's my friend.
Favorite thing to do outside of music?
Well, when I played baseball, I would say
There you
playing
go again.
baseball. Favorite thing to do outside of music? Yeah, when I played sports, I'd say that. Favorite thing to do?
Let me give you that suck really quick.
I like hanging out with people. To be honest.
That's my favorite thing to
be
do,
honest.
hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I do a bunch of stuff. Like
Making
I have
money.
a bunch of weird. I have a bunch of weird hobbies. I'm like an avid coin collector.
Really?
Yeah.
I collect-
I enjoy like going out. I love hiking. I love anything nature. Did I go off the map again? I just jumped off. It wasn't even.
I'm changing it back to stocks because
I
it's
collect-
gonna count so
I
much
collect,
against you.
but
I thought the
fortune
time would
cookie
help you guys. It's not
fortunes.
gonna help at all. Do you really?
I do. I collect fortune cookie
What's your
fortunes.
favorite fortune? that
Try
you
again
got?
later.
Nice.
Yes.
Have you heard? Let me give you that suck.
Not in a fortune. It might happen soon. It might be my fortune.
Yo, just let me give you that suck really quick.
Let me give you that Falco.
I don't know any of these things.
Yeah.
I'm water
Brett, come here really
going
quick.
around. Oh, there you go. No.
Right, let
Okay.
me give you that suck.
So yeah, no, but I
cool,
like
man.
bird watching and stuff like that, which is kind of weird, but like,
Be
hey,
cool, man. Come here.
it's like what I
Let me
do.
give you that suck.
Do you take pictures or just binoculars?
Or do you just
Binocs,
watch?
Binocs, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I used to be like in the conservation scene.
Oh yeah.
You have like the
Calls
book,
it a
the
scene.
book with all the checks. Have you seen these birds? Type thing.
Oh
Not
yeah.
those books, but like
Yeah.
I do try and find like different.
Oh,
wow.
you gave him the spike.
The Dunkaroo.
Oh my God.
As I commonly refer to it.
My
See, like
God.
right there, he has me gripped. Oh, and he came through with
So
the
yeah,
clutch.
no,
with
I
the
do that
down
stuff.
Air, grounding, slapping the cheeks. Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm also in an a cappella group at school.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
no.
At Penn State.
At Penn State, yeah. I mean,
Word.
we're doing a freshman convocation. It's like
Oh,
one of the biggest things.
Is that
we
what
could
girls
ask for.
find hot up there? They like that you're in the acapella group. Is that
Some of them, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll drink to that, bro.
But, like,
a weemba whip.
I don't know.
all I hear.
But I mean, we're doing that, and that's gonna be in front of 8,000 people. So that is gonna be awesome. We're gonna be performing like 3 songs. Okay, where did that platform go?
Ah, you're dead.
This game sucks. This game sucks.
Yo.
No, you're
All right,
still, you're
Yeah,
still
dude.
in it.
I'll fuck
I'm
anyone
still
up.
in it?
Yeah,
I'll,
bro.
I'll fuck
I made
anyone
it
up
so
at
you-
Mario Kart though.
You have 6 seconds to kill him.
Yeah, come on, come
Come
on.
on.
you
What? I
guys.
fell
Got
off
him.
instead.
You almost got him. It's high percent.
Oh, but he's coming back. Yeah.
All right, what's another question? Let's
we
round
got a
these
comment
on.
Related to the previous question, Josh calls BS. I'm better at Mario Kart.
Josh is wrong, whoever that is.
Josh.
Josh, wait, Josh Anspach?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's Jocko. Does Jocko even play?
Dude, 2008 world champion, Koopa Cape, Mario Kart Wii for a little bit.
A little bit.
I
Press
know
A.
I know Nintendo Wi-Fi connection is dead. There's probably no trace of anyone remembering.
I'm
That
gonna
happened.
put it back to stock because I think you'll
Yeah,
do better.
Jocko.
I
I
could,
probably
Freaking
lasted for like a
Jocko.
week.
I could be wrong, but
We'll take you.
I'm gonna set this up. Yeah, what is there not any others?
Oh yeah. Here we go.
I'm totally like plugging my Smash Bros tournament.
We are
right
running
now.
out. I think this is the last one until someone asks more.
Last comment.
Oh no, wait, I got 2 more. Okay, so Han
Okay.
Houts,
I'm gonna pick random, yo. I'm gonna
Hannah.
pick random.
Hannah. Any bands you would love to play a show with?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a great question.
Yes. Metallica.
Don't we all? Like,
Do you have like a?
locally
Do you
or
have, all right, I
big,
got
or-
one. Do you have like a dream show like Metallica? Sure.
Yes, that
But do you
one.
have like a realistic view? Like, there's a band that I
Right.
totally could play with. I
I'd like
wish
to
they
play
could see
with-
this video right now and hear this.
I'd like to play with. Well, there's a lot that I'd like to play with. Are you talking like?
Top of your list that you see happening before you die. Metallica's
Oh.
obviously kind of unrealistic.
Right. Okay. I
But
thought
it's
you
still-
meant like
you can
local
still dream,
scenes that
you know what I
exist
mean?
right now, like local. I mean, no. I mean, locally, I want to play a show. If not for me, they seem like really cool dudes, and they're pretty big in our scene. They're cool.
They're
cool.
really cool.
Down the Ruins. I want to see those guys again. They're cool. Thrashic. Fucking, I love Thrashic. Yeah, I love Thrashic so much. they haven't played for a while. I hear that there might be something coming up soon, so I'm very much looking forward to Thrashic re-entering the scene. I hear some things going on, but yeah, they're like a Metallica-esque type of metal band, and when I seen them, oh, they're so good, and they're such cool guys. I really like them. But yeah, that's on a local level.
Nothing Man was really good when we saw them.
Nothing Man too.
Their singer was ridiculous.
He's ridiculous. He's very good. Very good. Anyone else?
That Scarlet Moon band we played with.
Yeah, stupid Scarlet Moon.
We've only ever asked to.
Nick is usually really active in my live stream commentary feeds. I'm surprised he hasn't been here
I guess
today.
he didn't tune in.
Yeah, he didn't. He's been in like for the last.
Specifically made sure he would show up.
Out of all the shows we played, we've only ever asked to borrow gear twice, and it was both from you guys.
So a pleasure every time.
We feel bad, but
hey man.
So, but I would say a band that I really want to play that I think is possible in the future, Drowning Pool is one that would be badass. That would be awesome.
Had we not just played with ABR, I probably would have said ABR, just because they're local and they do always have locals hop on those shows. But I'm really grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah, that was awesome. I don't know. I mean, things. It's not impossible.
Seven Dust would be badass.
Seven Dust would be awesome. Day to Remember would be sweet, but like I said, you don't know what's gonna happen. They could be showing up somewhere in the future, and we'd be like
Wage War
on that. Wage War would be that'd be so cool.
Anywhere you'd like to play, like where's a venue or even like country
Red Rocks.
or city? Red Rocks.
Yes.
Where's that?
Colorado. I think. But like, whenever someone plays there, you know that's where it is. It's so badass. It's like down in the canyon, like dude. You have to look up pictures of it. I can't even explain it. Red Rocks. Wow. I'd like to play a big festival.
Where specifically?
Not really. Some kind of like Rock on the Range type of thing.
That would be
like
amazing.
a big deal.
Yeah, I would like to play in Europe or Japan because I hear Japan is like
Where
For
in
the
Europe?
metal scene.
Europe's kind of a whole continent.
Western Europe,
Like where?
France, Germany,
France? Okay.
maybe England. Although I don't think that they like.
You know,
metal.
Scarlet Moon's really big in Egypt. They are. Ask Nick how.
Wait, really?
Dude, I'm not kidding.
You're not kidding.
Watch the video or ask him. I'm not
Like they're big.
They're big in Europe, bro. I mean, in Egypt, not Europe.
That's great.
And Japan.
Well, not like big, but like
They have
their following.
Yeah. Majority of their followers don't live in the United States.
Dude, that's
ask,
awesome.
Ask them how.
That's awesome, dude.
What's a Burton
Let's
Field
do
legal
another
racing?
round. I want to do random. I want to see what
All right.
what luck will
Is
give
there
me.
another question that we can talk about?
Yeah, one more. But yeah, get another round going.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to
sorry.
be random. Like,
Oh wait, that's
I'll tell you right now, Avery, if you want to do the best for your team, so I put lives back on, right? So a strategy that a lot of people do when they do this game competitively is they'll have one guy that's the aggressor and the other guy is the stock tank. And he's just avoiding damage, avoiding dying. So the guy that's going in doing mad damage, getting most of the kills,
Yeah.
if he dies, he can just steal a life from the partner and then come back and finish the job, John Wick
Ridley?
style. Ridley's from the Metroid game series.
Well, pick one for me. I don't know what to do.
I mean, if
Ganondorf.
you want, yeah, Ganondorf's a chonky boy. Someone that's thick, thick boy nation.
Wario.
Usually is.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Yo, Bayonetta is hot.
Yeah, she'd get it.
Sorry.
You guys are in trouble.
Mega Man.
Hell yeah.
Oh crap! This is me. I'm fighting.
Yeah, so all the Smash fans out there, I don't know if you know this, but there's a tournament going on in Philadelphia in a week called Money Smash.
Yeah.
It's gonna be at, oh my god, why are the hazards on?
What is this?
I don't know, and I'm sorry.
It's WarioWare, dude.
I might actually lose now. Come to my Smash tournament. It's gonna be lit. It's at PPK, Pinnacle Parkour Gym in Philadelphia. #plug that.
Why do
PK
I
plug
suck?
that.
PK
Oh
plug.
no, I
PK
fell.
plug.
So I actually started the album. I forgot to do that. But now we're on song 3.
Let's do.
Oh, good.
Oh, like it's been playing in the background.
Yeah, we'll just blast.
What was it?
Oh,
You know, just 7 minutes.
Steel Rain. Steel
Steel
Rain is
Rain.
a song.
Yeah.
So like viewers are hearing it?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not, which sad faces me. I'm actually gonna listen to it on my own time, and I'm gonna give you my
I mean, I could
honest
play it really
opinion.
quiet for you guys.
No, that's alright.
No, you're good.
That's cool. Is it too loud? Like, is the mix good?
Oh, I can control it like fine.
Yeah.
Right here.
You,
So,
but you listen to it through the headphones and it sounds good.
yeah.
Nice.
Get over here.
Get over here.
That's Mortal Kombat.
Scorpion. I haven't
Alright.
played
Chisel.
MK11. I
Alright.
want to.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
The new
Still
Mortal
dying.
Kombat, dude. I had a guy on here, I had a stand-up comedian on here that works at GameStop, and
The Warrior. Oh wow.
He,
Am I dead?
he did he brought Mortal Kombat on, and that was the first time we played a game live stream like this.
Yeah.
And he shit on me. I beat him one time the whole time. So I don't like the new Mortal Kombat, but you might. It's the graphics are great. They did a few changes. They don't have any of the characters I used in the last one except Kung Lao, which sad faces me.
They don't have
I don't think they have Raymax. They don't have Reptile or Marina.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Avery's like, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on.
Hey man, sometimes you
Don't know what's going on.
Dude, am I dead
You're
now?
dead. You did a very bad job stock hunting.
Good.
I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm
I
not
believe you. I believe you. I
It's like, no, I agree 100%.
Alright.
Ow, I love that. I usually play all my Smash stuff.
Yo. You're on my team and you get your head in my face.
Alright.
Oh, I just lost. Because I was metal. And my recovery doesn't work when I'm metal. Fuck WarioWare.
Dude, metal.
Yo, all day. Yo, GG. You guys won.
GG.
I got
GG.
it.
She's
Hey. Speaking
Alright.
of. Speaking of.
Let's get this question. Yeah.
Yeah. Press A.
That's it.
Oh my god.
I feel like you're a girl at the bar. Yo, come back to my place. Like, I don't want to play anymore.
I don't think did I have one what's your most embarrassing moment?
Ever?
Ooh.
Or like as a
I
band?
think ever. Yeah.
No, as a band.
Maybe as a band. I don't know.
Let's do as a band.
What a nice loaded question.
I mean, you could do both.
Well,
I'm gonna be Ness.
bam, bam.
We're gonna thump it later.
Okay.
Well,
Sick. Wow.
what is our most embarrassing moment as a band?
Prom after party.
Yeah, the one prom after party. I mean, no, it was just letting it there. That was it, the one time.
Wow. I would say. I mean, we did talk about the soundboard falling. Like, as much as that isn't funny, it is a little. It
That's
was. I mean,
pretty
in the
embarrassing,
moment,
yeah.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, look at these scrubs.
Yeah.
100% I would have been feeling that.
Embarrassing.
Took it to the chest.
Oh, man.
Avery, you should probably pick Kurt. I think that's probably your best bet.
Crazy.
He's right up here. Yeah. He's really easy.
Is he spammy?
No, he just has a million jumps, so you can't die so easy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then
That's what I
right
do.
at
I
the
probably
Ganondorf.
jump the most.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I just
Yeah.
try and not die.
yeah, I'm just gonna go after Brett the whole time.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna let you like explore the game.
Thanks.
I'll just pretend like he's not there.
Who am I fighting? You know how to
You're
do
fighting
this.
Ness.
Yeah, Ness is the bad guy.
What am I doing? Am I?
chill.
Is this just an unlimited?
Ouch. Yes. It unlimitedly brrrs.
I just have to hold it in. How do I do that?
That's your A button.
Bro, if you could fight as Calamity Ganon from it'd be some crazy shit.
I have yet to beat Breath of the Wild. That's here, I got you. There we go. We'll do that. Let's do a controversial fun fact. I've never beaten Breath of the
Oh
Wild.
my fucking god.
I haven't either.
No.
I don't enjoy this.
He doesn't have a Switch.
Avery's like, I just hate video games.
Avery doesn't like Nintendo.
No, I don't.
This
like,
is
I'm not
this is
shooting
not
shit.
nearly as interesting as my trees.
I'm not shooting shit, dude.
Must kill.
Dude, Breath of the Wild is Legend of Zelda.
Can I go? Okay.
Oh man. Yeah, Joe's super anti-video games.
What am I not doing? Oh,
Let me
that's
tell
right.
you though,
Double kill.
I 100%,
Kilimanjaro.
I 100% always prefer Mario over Zelda. But I played Super Mario Odyssey, I beat it, and I played Breath of the Wild and beat it, and Breath of the Wild was my game of the year that year.
So, yeah. Honestly, I can't think of it.
I mean, there were shows that were worse than others, but I mean.
Yeah, but there
I mean,
wasn't anything
wasn't-
too bad.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was a song. That should be a
Secret
Right
Mystery
after
song.
Interesting Trees.
That's a good Scarlet Moon title right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Nick, I don't know.
I'm just
Have
gonna
you
do
seen
this.
Nick's Nick the Speedo Guy series?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm saying like, have you actually seen it though? Did you see his the song with the crabs?
Yes.
That one's pretty good.
That is pretty.
Any
didn't
more
snap the
questions?
Probably not.
I'm down to my last stop. This isn't good.
I can just picture it right now. Yeah.
What?
What do we got?
Shit.
Brandon Fraser.
Brayden, yeah.
Go-to Smash character.
King K. Rool.
He's the croc with the Glock, bro.
Or at least in this one, King K.
Wait,
Rool.
hold on. Oh my god, it's just us. Brett, why did you die?
Why did you die?
Sometimes I'll play Samus. I used to play Mario all the time.
that me?
when
Do
I
you?
played Smash 64.
Am I kicking your ass or something?
Yeah, sure, man. We're
that's
both
only
down
one
to our
thing.
last life, bro. Like,
Oh,
Yo.
what's that?
so Kirby, if you press down and B, he turns into a rock, and if you do it from in the air, it's like a good move. Down
Yeah?
and B is the little button. Yeah, down and B at the same time.
What is this?
There you go. You just did it.
So
and I
like,
can't hurt you when you're in there, so it's a good move.
But you can
So-
grab him, right?
I can. But I was gonna reveal that later.
I'm trying to mess him up.
What is this?
I want him to. So yeah, if you do it from in the air, like if you go up here and then press down B, you drop and it can kill me if you do it right. Yeah. So now, from up there, do it. Like
Wait,
jump,
well,
like
what?
I
jump,
demonstrate.
and then down B.
You're doing A. Got it.
That's
Gotta
me.
be in the air and then do it.
Get over top. of
There
him.
you go, like that.
Yeah, and get over top of him and do that on top of him.
Oh, so like,
I'm giving you that
Yeah.
suck. Oh, also you
Close.
can give me the suck.
Oh yeah,
If you
Kirby
hold
can
B,
get the suck
hold
as well.
B, just hold B.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
that.
Yeah.
Now press B again. Now you have my hat and my powers. Also, you have this bat to the knee, but it had to happen, bro.
He had the hat.
we had to end
He
it.
had the hat, so he took the bat. Okay. That was bad.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what Ness does.
Okay, is it?
Another question?
Yep.
Where are we at on the album?
Oh yeah.
Just tell me what I'm saying. Figure it out.
5, I guess.
5. Oh, it's a good one.
Song 5.
You guys are getting a treat.
I think we can like, well, whatever else we want to do, let's figure out. Like, let's have everything done by the end of the album. I think that's a good plan. That way
Yeah.
we can move into the music stuff. Well, we can totally run the album while we do the rest of you guys. Yeah. Pick more characters. Let me give you these hands.
Alright. Question.
Avery, you're getting better, man. Just drop that
Is
rock
is
on
there,
me
is
all
there
the
some
time.
different modes that we can mess around
Oh
with?
yeah, do you want to do like some
Yeah.
weird modes? We can
Who
do
created
some
the
weird modes.
signature UltraViolent logo?
Yo, that's a good question.
Wow. Who did create that? We don't know who
We
did
don't
it.
know.
You don't even know.
Well, basically, we
Stole it off of.
well, hold on. We stole
Stole it off of-
we stole it off of Google Images as a classic, but it is not the way that it was. Basically, the base design that we knew what we wanted, had it there, not watermarks. We were like, hey, and then we took it and we just completely distorted it in Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look the same.
Yeah. Now the album cover was
Let me find some.
Rob Walden. He's
Album
in-
cover Rob Wallen.
He used to be in Exotype. Now he's in Guillotines. And they're really badass, honestly. I like
this
their
is
music.
cool.
They're like new metal.
We can put like
Rap, tech.
computers in
It's
it.
really cool.
New metal. Yeah, like rap. Mudvayne.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my favorite.
But yeah, so we have like items on, and we can throw some computers in here if that's what you want to do. Just have that total.
Oh,
chaos.
dude. Me and Brandon like to play Smashdown,
What is Smashdown?
where you'll play a fight. You'll pick a character. You'll play a fight, and after that fight, that character goes off the board. You can't use him again.
Is that in
And-
here?
Yeah. And
How do
then-
you do that?
And you fight down until all the characters are gone, and whoever has the most wins when all the characters are gone.
How do you do that?
Go back, I think.
Is it in special? Smash.
Smashdown. Yep, there it is.
Never done this. I didn't even know this mode was a thing. Can you have 3 dudes? Max battles 36.
Yeah, so like that's if
Let's do
like-
like 10. Is that
Yeah.
a good number?
yeah.
I don't know.
Stock.
Yeah, like 3 lives, 8 minutes. That's regulation. Bam. Put the FS meter on. Are you on just all the stages? Just fucking
Yeah.
total chaos?
Yeah.
All items on?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, total chaos. Let's do it.
Badass.
But it's like 3 players though? Or is it just me and you? Oh yeah, we can have.
no,
we
yeah,
can
you can have-
Avery. Unless Avery is like, fuck this game.
Yeah. You need to join? Oh, no. How do I join?
Oh,
you,
so you just pick.
you need to add me. Someone needs to add me.
Just press. There you go. There you
Zelda? Is Zelda a chick?
go. Yeah.
Why? I thought Zelda was a dude.
No, that's Link.
bro.
Oh, so Zelda's the cool Pichu and Pikachu?
Yeah, man.
It's like
They're
if
Pokemon.
Mario was named The Legend of Peach. Put it that way.
Oh.
So the thing about Smashdown here is you can strategize in a way so like you pick a character that you know
That I
someone
know
else
he
is
uses,
good at,
Yeah.
so that way they can't use him again. you
And
know?
that's why you took the croc with the Glock.
yes.
The 45 caliber killer that slays the gorillas, if you will.
yes.
And he took my Mewtwo, my precious Mewtwo, you bastard. Good play.
Thanks.
Dark
I
Link is a
tried.
good character.
Yeah, Dark Link is the only.
The
good
only
one.
Link.
Yeah, man. Unless you have that hammer, then it's a wrap for Dark Link. Watch out for these bombs, though.
What?
Yeah, they're pretty OP.
Why am I so big?
Why am I so big? What does that even mean? Yo, grab that Pokeball.
Normally that's a good thing.
Grab that Pokeball.
I'm trying.
No, I'm talking to Avery.
How do I grab it?
Hey, don't let Brett get it.
Too late, I
Brett
got it.
Oh, no.
Oh, I
fell
threw it off the
map.
stage.
I fell off the
Actually,
map.
I don't even want to help Avery because he took my Mewtwo away.
Alright.
Mewtwo's like my main from last month.
Water. Why is that a thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Ow.
Did I do something
You're not
good?
my dad. Oh,
Oh,
assist
you're
me,
about to
weird
summon a
moon
spirit,
thing.
dude. Oh, give me the scythe, baby. Oh, this sun, dude, is
Look
the.
at this dude.
Look at
He's
the top
coming.
of his head.
Boom.
Look at his
He's
look.
coming to give y'all that work.
Where
Damn,
am
King
I?
K. Rool has so
What
much
am I?
endurance.
Is that a scythe? I don't.
Yeah, that's a scythe right there. What is that Pokemon? Oh, it's a demon of some sort, it looks like.
Well,
How
it's
does the
me.
scythe work?
Or wait, what? Where am I?
I don't know how this scythe
I'm
works.
just blocking.
I don't
Oh, this
play
glare
with items
sucks.
ever.
Yo, use your final smash, Avery.
How do you? Oh
How
yeah,
do I
press
do
press
that?
B, just B, nothing else.
Well,
Oh,
you just
have
pushed
to
me
come
off
up.
the freaking
Yeah.
map.
It don't always be like that, but sometimes it do.
Well, that's it. I think I died.
Yeah, I think so too. Shit. Got him.
What? I missed.
Sad face. Sad boy. Oh no.
Ethan's in the comments said, "What it do?"
It do.
What about you guys?
That's what it do.
It do.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Do. Anything else?
What?
Is there any other comments?
Yeah.
Avery's like, fuck this game.
Avery's like,
Dude, I don't know how to play this. Yeah, wait, hold on. Am I
Super
in right
whack,
now?
bros.
I didn't think.
we can play some Mario Kart. I'll fuck
I
you
do
up.
have Mario Kart. If you'd rather do that, would you rather do that, Avery?
I don't
I feel like
know
I'm.
how to
I
play
feel like
that
I'm
game,
neglecting
dude.
my gas right now.
It's okay.
What's your favorite
You're
game? That's
forcing them to play
multiplayer.
this game.
Yeah,
Get
it's
out.
like
I don't know.
yeah.
Play with
I just
Battlefield and
realized
stuff.
that's 100% what I'm doing.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna play Battlefield on the Switch.
Yeah, for real, bro. It's
No,
a fucking.
I'm saying
Switch.
like, I don't know.
You don't have a Nintendo game. The fact that you don't like play Nintendo games is the real
It's
main point.
cancer. Like,
I'm glad we're doing this now. You need to learn the hard way.
yeah, you master
Oh,
sword.
man.
John asked, "What up with Scarlet Moon?"
They be like, they have a new album coming out actually. If you look at the interview I did with them, they divulge that information in there. I can't remember off the top of my head when it's coming out.
Oh, the album.
Yeah. I know it's in the studio, and I think they're trying to release it in the fall sometime. I can't remember exactly the date though.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, check episode 4 of the podcast.
Yep.
Definitely
Episode 4
an
of
interesting
Bardic
episode.
Yeah, if you yeah, just watch it. If you like really weird eclectic stuff, Nick will change the way you look at the world, and he will
Music,
teach.
interesting philosophy. And
Yeah.
also just trolling
Yeah.
antic stories.
Yeah. Also, you'll learn about Anomalocaris,
Oh yeah.
which we wrote a song about after the interview.
Badass.
So now they're gone. Now it's just
Yes.
what we see.
Oh, we got some more questions. Danny Corey.
Hey, it's our Danny.
Oh, that's your bandmate?
Yeah.
What's good, Dan the man?
Oh yeah. Like,
Dan Man.
which UV song do you each like the most?
I feel like 5 has a special place in all of our hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, the Needle Stack's a banger.
It is.
So I might say
Doomsday.
Needle Stack, but I don't know. I don't know if Hey, Needle Stack is my favorite.
Avery, I
Doomsday
don't
is
want to be this
awesome.
guy, but
Oh.
you gotta pick a character, baby.
Pick him.
Alright, David Watch. That's cool. So Hay and the Needle Stack is yours.
Hey, the Needle Stack, yeah. Well, no, I mean, Hey, the Needle Stack is just a banger. It's just one of those I always have fun playing. I always get hyped to that
It
song.
slaps.
But 5, I'd have to say, is one of our masterpieces. I love that song. I don't know. I like all of our songs in some way or another. I really do.
Yeah, fuck this man.
Yo, indeed. Bro, you're tired.
I don't know why I slept till real late today.
Well, that jump sucked. Come on, Dr. Mario.
The good doctor.
Danny also says, bought that stack today.
Yo!
Oh! What did he buy? What did he get?
Stack.
He got a PV 6505.
Great! Oh, my gosh.
I thought he got
good.
like
cat.
I thought he got one of those like quesadilla things from Moe's. Oh, it was cool as hell. No, what did he get? He got a PV what?
A 6505?
Nice. Is that a 412?
Yeah.
4x12 stack. Nice.
Why did it get dark? Why am I getting? What?
Oh, my bad. You're getting beat by this Pokemon that was really
Pokemon.
Did you
call
just
it
say
that?
Pokemon?
bad. I did.
Stop.
Okay.
He's just like, I know what I do.
Who's that Pokemon? I love the "Who's that Pokemon" memes when they were a thing.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
They
for
were
sure.
so freaking funny.
That's Pikachu. Fuck.
Sage is wondering how you feel after the album drop.
Fudge.
Dead.
Good.
Proud. Sick of every song.
I'm not.
Although I do enjoy every song as much as I am sick of them, I do enjoy them. How do I feel? 3 years of hard work has finally been released to the public. Instead of me just rambling on and
My bad.
being like,
Nah,
big
'cause I
things
broke
coming
your shoe.
soon. It's like,
I feel
no,
bad about what
it's
I
finally
did,
here.
But it had to happen. You don't just not charge your booty on a component that has for shield.
Right.
That's just how it is. That's just how it do, Bobby.
Eat my pills.
That's very drugs. Get out of here, Dr. Mario.
Is that Markiplier?
Am I dead?
Is that Markiplier?
Am I dead for good?
Yeah, well, for now, like, I would keep your controller in your hand. Cause we
Yo, what song are we on?
Yeah. Do you want to play? We can play Mario Kart.
Alright,
Let's
I
play
kinda
Mario
wanna play
Kart.
Mario
I'm
Kart.
sorry, cause like this is gonna just be me slaughtering you guys, and I feel bad. You're
Right
making
now we're on a agenda.
they're making me feel so bad.
Oh, good one. That's a good one.
All right, yeah, that's the only other multiplayer game I have. So that's what we'll do.
I was gonna say, if you want, I have some on my Switch.
What do you have?
Well,
I have it over here. Give me 1 second.
I've got Overcooked.
Oh, that game's fun. Do you
Um,
wanna do that?
I have that.
We'll all be bad at that.
I've got
probably.
Crash Team Racing. I've got NBA.
NBA
Pro
Jam.
wrestling, dude. Remember that game?
Dude, when your voice is cracked up from like singing distorted, it always sounds like you're the most tired guy on the planet when you talk. Like I'm listening to you talk and I'm like, I've been there so many
I don't know. I
times.
don't feel like I'm straight. I feel like this is like kind of normal. You know? I mean, I didn't know when like my voice is like. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright, what do we got here?
Oh, you have them downloaded.
Yeah.
I mean, see if Mario Kart gives Smash.
Click the more. Yeah.
Oh, that Mega Man game looks dope. You play Mega Man games?
You know, if someone asked me
Mega
my
Man.
favorite video game of all time, I don't know why I didn't say it. Mega Man 4.
Mega Man X is my jam.
X is amazing. Mega Man 4 is my
I
favorite
respect
game
you.
of all time.
I got mad respect for you. What do you want to play? Let's let Avery pick so he stops crying.
And do you ever play Shovel Knight?
Let's play Hulu.
No.
Just like it. Yeah, let's play Hulu.
Yo, Fortnite.
Oh,
Is that multiplayer?
Just kidding.
No,
I
it's
don't,
not.
even play Fortnite. That's my dad and brother. Shout out Truth Seek and my stupid brother. I don't know his name.
I'm
I
okay
just
with
shouted out my dad. My
Alright.
dad plays like no video games, but he plays.
Let's play
Fortnite.
Mario Kart.
And it's really fun.
Alright, Mario Kart's good.
Truth Seeker.
Alright, so, I have to make it 3 players. Do you want to do battle mode or do you want to do race mode?
Racing.
Dude, I don't care. Dude, Grand Prix. That's all of us.
Alright, dude.
We're the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it.
Do you want
Alright.
to? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
You want to do 50 cc?
150 or you're a pussy. One.
All right, man. Fair enough. Fair
What's CC?
enough. Cubic centimeters of the engine.
Yep.
So the higher the CCs, the stronger the engine.
Cool.
Can
Alright,
you guys?
Sound
Never mind.
aggressive right now.
Alright, so give me.
Cataclysm.
Where am I at? Which one's me? Red?
Oh wow, Cataclysm.
Damn, somebody's about to get Bowser. Bowser Jr. Introdash.
Actually, no. Wait. Let me.
Oh, yo, let's wait for the breakdown. Let's jam out.
We gotta go back though. I gotta pick a new guy. Ready for these piano beats? Double bass.
I bet Smash would be awesome to play this song.
We gotta wait till after the blast.
Yeah. We gotta wait till after the break. We gotta hear Nolan's part, dude. Nolan's part is hype.
Oh yeah.
Drink to that. Alright, let's get this race going.
Alright.
So what's it like not being old enough to drink in all these places that you guys play in? Like that's crazy. Like you've been to so many venues where you like probably people have been like, oh, let me buy you guys a drink, and you're like,
Not illegal if you don't get caught.
I'll drink to that, man.
Don't pick the same guy as me, dude. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Come
I
on.
don't know what's good. Fine.
If you press start, you can look at the stats of the equipment. Here, I'll help you
Yeah,
out,
I have a very specific stat lineup that I use. You might not have some of it.
I don't even know.
That's
dude.
good. That looks great to me.
Just
Whatever
press
I
A,
got,
bro. Just
press A. I'm done. I got my stats in. I know what they do. We'll find out. This is yours. Shall I put on the pirate hat?
No.
Yeah, of course, bro. You're the skull and crossbones character, bro. Of course you gotta have that on.
Yeah, he is too, but he is always everywhere.
Alright, so I always turn off my auto fall thing, the auto excel thing, the L button here.
How do you do that?
Hit L.
What does that do?
So like, if you go to fall off a cliff or something, you'll actually fall off the cliff instead of it knocking you back in.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's the way to go. All right, press A, bro.
Don't be surprised when I destroy you all.
All right, man. We'll see.
What, you have no speed or weight?
He just has all acceleration. All right, ready?
Yeah.
What, no, we gotta do. Which one? Which?
My
I'll
personal
let,
favorite.
I'll let Avery pick because he's having the worst time.
I'll just tell you, my personal favorite cup, like series of 4, is the egg cup.
Which cup?
Go left one. That one.
The egg cup. Is that the one you want to do?
You said egg.
Do you want to do this one? It's got rainbow road.
Oh, there you go.
Let's do that one, yeah.
Or do you want to do the egg cup?
No.
Yoshi's Circuit sucks ass.
No, Brett likes that one.
Oh, nice. Do you want to? What about this one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Alright, let's do that.
That one is really good.
I don't even know. I kinda
Bell
don't
cup
know.
is really good.
The old belt cup.
Give me the old bell cup,
Dude.
Yo, any questions?
Any questions? Yeah, give us a question.
What was the coolest comment you got on the album so far?
Oh. I don't know.
I wish I knew who I was.
Coolest comment about the album?
Oh, I'd be the one that's not moving. There we go.
That'll be it.
Coolest comment
Oh.
about the album.
I crashed in the wall.
It happens, man.
Someone told me they nut when they heard it.
That's
That was
hard.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that was.
It's probably hard to top that one.
Most
Say
people
what
are
they
like,
said.
dude, I just
They
napped the whole
came when they
time.
heard it.
That's one. I don't know. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback on this album, dude. Like, people are really enjoying it, and I'm happy about that. Yo, how do I
He
drop?
said I nut when I
And we just went with it. Like,
He's like, yeah, me too, man. I nut when I wrote it. Same. Dude, I'm
Robbie Ruin made a very nice post about this yesterday.
Raven Lochner, shout out
did.
to him. He had a very nice post about it. Yeah, someone told me that it was like,
And
the
if,
Raven said that it was an extremely emotional album, and that was cool.
and if anyone out there is watching, if you listen to it, you will probably have a very cool post about
wink, wink.
it. Yeah, no pressure.
How am I even near y'all?
You're not. You're in 12th, which is last.
Oh, well, I see people.
Don't worry, I'm like.
Yeah, they
not
probably
far
lapped
behind
you.
bro. Oh, what is this? I have the Infinity Gauntlet. A small price to go.
I don't know how to do this game, dude. Okay, so
What the
then
hell,
what
bro?
else?
My handling on this one.
The nicest comment. Yeah, that was the nicest comment.
I mean, it's only been out for a couple days, so
it's
there's
been
probably
out
more
for
to come.
2 days. 1 day really on digital. So there will definitely be more to come. And there you go.
Good or
Again.
bad.
Yeah, good or bad.
Bro, Brett's in
Dude, a
fucking
lot of people
first.
commented
He's
on
a
our
problem.
insult to
I
injury
just told
video.
you.
I got something coming for you, Brett.
A lot of people were like, "Oh,
Instead of
insult
Bluey.
Maybe.
Well, if I get a
to
boom boom.
injury video."
I hope you do.
Basically, a lot of people commented on the video and were like, "This is trash." And we were like, "Okay, cool."
And on Needle Stack, too. A lot of people
Yeah,
don't
they're like
that.
heavy metal.
These are the
sucks.
worst lyrics I've heard since Insane Clown Posse. That was one of the.
No.
That
Is
was.
that
yep.
really what someone said?
Yeah, someone and it got 5 likes too.
That's rough.
Are you
That's a privilege
kidding
to get a
me?
comment like that.
It got 5 likes on Hay and the Needle Stack?
Yep.
Those are awesome lyrics, dude.
Fuck you, guy.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even care.
Fuck
Like,
that guy.
that's whatever. That's
Oh,
on
man, I
them.
got 11.
That's my favorite because I think it's really creative. Like I do like it. I do. It's like I'll write better lyrics. And I thought they're really good.
No, I mean like that's was like they probably meant like the vocals or something. Like they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like we don't like
Um,
screaming.
Our Deception had a comment on our recent one that said "Fuck you, Satan," quite with a question mark. Fuck you, Satan. That was like what? I thought that was pretty
And
funny.
then this one guy commented on insult and was like, "Oh, I love that you had these like,
Influences.
influences
of
that
people
you look
we've
like
actually never
this
heard
guy." And he's like, Max Cavalera. I didn't know him. I forget who
I know
he is now.
Sepultura.
Sepultura, yeah. He's from Sepultura. Okay, I didn't know that. I had no idea who he was. And he's like, the Max Cavalera Spyro. Like, this dude thought he had everything figured out. And he's like, oh, yeah, Leighton, what is it?
I don't
What's his
remember
name?
his name.
He said that I was going for like a Leighton Kearns, I think his name was, or something like that. Look, and I'm like, I don't
even
know
know
who
who
that
that
is. I do not even know who that is, but the dude's like, Like, he probably thought, like, dude, I'm just so smart. Like, I've got it figured out what these guys were going for. So unoriginal. I'm like,
Someone
dude,
commented-
I've never heard of those people in my entire
Someone commented on Insult saying we're the best thing to come out of our state, and that their speakers will be blown up, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. We do get a lot of love as much as we do get hate. So, I mean, if you don't get hate, where are you, really?
Then it's like, oh, some of these are fake. You know?
Exactly.
They're just saying
Makes the good
it's
ones
there.
better.
Yeah.
It does. You just are reassured, like, yeah, man, we are doing really good, you know? So,
You know what's the worst thing about getting 11th? You know you're not going to win by the average of points you get because it just,
dude,
you
I'm in
just
8th. I'm
you just
catching up
ruin
to
yourself.
Bard.
Yeah, bullshit. Yo, get that fucking rich.
Alright. What happened?
I think we're losing people.
That's fine, man. Because I need to get first. So that's all I'm worried about. Like, I think, where we at with the album?
Uh,
Cool. So
Doomsday.
we'll pretty much be done after. Let's just finish the Grand Prix. What's up for anyone who can say that he beat Brad in video games? Brad's trash at Mario Kart. It's not like a lie. So what am I gonna say? Yeah, well, we should. That would be
Oh, yo, to answer someone else's question like 10 hours ago, you know, not relevant anymore. Also, like, what you do, like, in your free time, like, for fun. I'm also a very big board gamer.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
Settlers of Catan?
Of course.
Yes,
Of course
my
I play
man.
Catan.
have you ever played this game called Scythe?
No.
No. So if you like Catan and you like you know, like classic risk.
Classic Risk?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like both those combined except more complex.
What is it called?
I play
What's it called?
Scythe.
Sight.
I play-
The shortened online tutorial is 40 minutes. That I found. Like that's the most concise way to like
That's
just
nothing.
setting up the game.
That's nothing. Yeah, I play this game called Axis and Allies.
For reference,
Oh, yeah.
Bard,
Yeah.
Avery,
Yeah, that
me.
one's great.
For people watching.
Yeah. Did you get first twice in a row?
Wow, I don't even know what this means.
I think I got second last year.
But yeah, it's like Risk times 10. It's like
Well, you
extreme.
should've known
The
this
rule
was
book's
gonna
about 40 pages
I
long.
didn't, and your Smash skills definitely didn't show that you were gonna be this good at
On Mario Kart? Well,
it. You can obviously tell that I don't fucking play anything except Smash.
Avery, you gonna race or you just gonna chill at the starting line?
You should just go backwards.
Probably that.
Just go after Brett. You ever do that in a board game where you make the goal of your playthrough not to win but to make someone else lose?
Yeah. Catan. Yes, everyone like.
Yeah.
fucking
In
teams up on
Catan,
me.
what I always do is I always make myself the white pieces, right? And I always try to get the longest road thing, and I try to make my whole like persona while I'm playing it. I'm like the white people that are trying to take all the land. Oh, it's a good time. I recommend it. If you haven't played Settlers of Catan, it's the funnest game. That game, like, it's endless laughter when I play with my buddies that I play it with. Man, this is actually...
We ought to have a Catan
It's actually
night.
worse to play this on a GameCube controller. This is nothing like...
I like Pro Controller.
Yeah, the Pro Controller is definitely better than this.
Well, if you're playing this on a GameCube, it's kind of like playing Double Dash. I
Well,
guess.
no, because
No?
the controls are different. I
Oh.
think X and Y where you're... Oh my god, I'm getting bodied over here. What's up here? Coins. 12 place. Woohoo.
Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, what's your favorite board game?
Oh, yeah, that Axis and Allies.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. It's like awesome, very complex.
There's a good game I have. Oh, god damn it. There's a game I have called Get Loot. Have you ever played it? It's like a... So this... I work in IT, right? So I'm a cybersecurity expert. And this hacker group... Fuck me. this hacker group I follow made this fucking
This hacker group, fuck me.
was they made this.
I'm an
card
expert,
game.
and this hacker group
Yeah.
just fuck me.
Well, they have. I don't know, Joe. What are you trying to charge, bro? Bro, the charging thing on the window. That square on the window. That square on the window. I don't have a cable. Did you just win again?
Yeah.
Fuck you. But they made this card game. This hacker group that I follow made a fucking card game. It's called it. It's fun as shit. And I've never won it once. Like it's not a game. Like you don't need to know how IT works or anything like that to win. It's just a fun game in general.
I finished.
That's what she said. Damn, Brett, you're winning again. Yay. If you get last place and I get first, you'll
I'll still win. Yes, I'm aware how Mario Kart works. I'm also aware that this is probably how I felt when we were playing Smash a little bit ago. So, yeah.
We're still playing, dude?
The last race, bro.
hates it.
Yeah, this game sucks. This
like
is
a
so
fucking Nintendo, bro.
uninteresting. Like,
Yo, where's God of War at, bro?
Bro,
God of
yeah,
War
dude.
is so good.
You know what else
Yeah,
is
but
good?
you can't pop it in
Smash.
and play it with your friends.
Yeah. And you
I
can't.
mean, yeah,
and you
no,
can't
that's
Falcon
I like.
punch
Look,
in this
look,
game, or
finger,
in that game.
single player. I'm not all about single player. I'm just saying those are the best storylines I ever knew. But I mean, like, I like For Honor a lot. I like
Oh yeah, For Honor, you play
Battlefield
that?
is awesome. Battlefront is awesome.
You were that low that I thought you were like some little kid coming in here, and then you came up the steps. And I'm like, oh hey.
You're the Lord in the bus.
Why did I like?
Hashtag Buster. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get him. Let's get him. Let's
This
get
is
them
a great
cheeks.
time. I'm loving 9th place.
More people tweet back.
I'm so
We're gonna
convinced.
be on the way home, and Avery's gonna be like, yeah, I had a fun time, except when we
Mario
started
Kart.
breaking out the Nintendo bullshit.
Sony all day.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Sony's the reason the music industry sucks, bro. Fuck Sony. Fuck PlayStation. Fuck you. No,
Oh, it's like, fuck you, dude.
no, fuck you. You see that fucking meme? Oh god. Fuck.
Universal Media Group. Are they
Yeah.
related to Sony or no?
I don't even know. Probably.
They're the ones that everybody on YouTube complains about.
Oh my god, there we go off the map again.
Sony's the fucking reason that Spider-Man.
See ya, let's go.
There you go off the map
They're
again.
the reason that Venom movie was trash. Which it was. Arguably.
I didn't
Bullet
see it.
Bill.
Alright, well, you know what, Brett? Good game.
GG.
WP.
You guys are done?
This was the last race, bro.
Was that it? Am I?
No, I mean like you guys are
Yeah,
finished.
we're finished. Yeah, so are you, bro.
There we go.
Congrats.
Done.
Is that the end of the album, too?
Only 2 minutes left.
That's
Hey,
okay.
that's
We can.
Well, that's awesome. Any, well, why don't you, can we hear it? Let me hear it.
Oh, you're gonna like the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's instrumental, right?
That was it.
That's it. Oh, so a question you didn't answer. What's your rig?
Oh yeah.
Your live rig.
CQ. 2X2L calling CQ, New York. Is there anyone on the air?
Was that the beginning of track 1?
No, it's about to.
Not yet, but it,
Yeah.
It goes into it. What is that? How are you making that sound?
Logic.
Sing it.
You have like a MIDI interface?
In Logic.
Oh,
Yes.
I'd like to see how that's done.
Is it possible to play the beginning of track 1 real quick, like? So just to show him what.
Yeah, how it comes back in.
Yeah. Just takes everything full circle.
That's
man.
dope. I'm gonna definitely give it a whole run through. Do you have it here? Do you have a CD with you?
In my car. It's not the finished,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it is.
Do you have your sticker? Do you want to throw another sticker up here?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. My last guest gave me a CD, so whatever.
Wow.
I'll listen to it on Spotify or whatever.
That's okay.
Oh, damn.
He's
Yep.
loaded.
Do it. I was saying, we can, there could be like a sticker turf war up there. I was mentioning, like, whatever.
Whatever.
Put it.
Wherever, man. You throw it somewhere.
Oh my. Ow.
Oh my god.
Butt fell asleep so bad.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I'm gonna put it right next to the climbing.
Ah, good times. Did you know me when I was in the climbing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No way.
I have the climbing's t-shirt.
Oh. Less than 3. So what's your rig, man?
Yes. Okay. So, my head is a PV 6505 plus, 120 watt. My cab is actually a 5150 cab, which is weird because that's the earlier. I don't know what the word is.
Model.
Yeah, earlier model of what the 6505 ended up being. But I have a rev generator coming on the way.
Nice.
120. Saved up for such a long time just
How
to
much
have
are
it.
those? That's the head, right?
Yeah, about 2,500. Yeah.
That's what Ethan's band uses.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be coming any month now. Pretty stoked.
Pedals and stuff.
Yes, lots of them.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
You should have brought them.
I use I use a wireless system.
Mhm.
Line 6 G10,
Mhm. Cool.
G10S I think it's called. It's the newer upgraded model. Polytune, Dimebag Crybaby, Digitech Whammy DT, Fortin Zool Noise Gate. That thing kicks ass. Tube Screamer for when I'm playing with the Art of Deception. Carbon Copy MXR Delay, and Boss RV6 Reverb.
Nice. Your guitar.
Well, the one I'm using right now for Drop C is BC Rich Mockingbird
Nice.
Pro X. It's got
Nice.
EMGs in it, beefy slinkies, Drop C. The one I use for the Art Deception is a Jackson 7-string
Nice.
with Seymour Duncan blackouts. And
Nice.
I just bought Solar Guitars, this brand. It's Ola England signature. He does.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it's an Explorer shape, and that's at the tech right now getting set up. So once I get that back, I'll be playing that bad boy in Drop C with
Nice.
UltraViolent, hopefully.
Yeah, you ever heard of Kiesel?
Yes,
I'm thinking about getting one right now.
they're badass.
Yeah, they really are.
Absolutely.
Hopefully they have a nice sale around Black Friday. I think
Maybe.
I'm gonna put a down payment on around
Who
then
knows?
if it
That's
happens.
actually when I bought my Rev. Was Black Friday. 15%. Yeah, 50% off. 15, not 50. 15% off. So I actually ended up getting it for a little over $2,000. So figured I had to hop on it while it was there because I knew I was gonna end up getting one at some point.
Nice.
So
All right.
Why does that keep happening?
I think when you guys
Yeah.
jump around.
Yeah,
Move
Jump
we'll play
around.
with the sticker.
Jump
Well, that's
up,
cool.
jump up, and get
I
down.
think we can probably wrap it up here. I think we hit a lot of awesome stuff.
Yes. Let's
So-
see if there's any questions,
Yeah,
comments
before
before we wrap up.
Yeah, definitely. Any last words?
See if anyone liked the album, if anyone was
Yeah.
listening.
Doesn't look like anybody's commented since.
Cool. So where can people find you guys? Social media? Where should they follow the bands?
Everywhere.
Yeah, all over the
If
place.
you're looking for our best source, Facebook. We've been doing a lot better at Instagram lately. Not Twitter. Screw Twitter.
However, Twitter.
Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Google Play, anywhere. We have a merch site, ultraviolent.bigcartel.com. Get some t-shirts, pre-order a physical copy. What else do we got on there? We're still selling the 5 EP, I think. Stickers, posters, signed posters. We got a lot of badass stuff, for real. Check it out. Honestly. Making that money. We gotta do it somehow. We were laughing
for
earlier
sure.
about making money,
Definitely,
so help
yeah.
us out.
And what's your Instagrams again?
Mine is PoneSauce13,
Avery _Levan.
Nice.
and the band is UltraViolent Official.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks
Well,
for coming on.
Absolutely.
course.
Thank you for
Pleasure.
having
Of
us.
course.
Yo,
Means a lot.
always. I'm sorry that we played video games. I know how your religion is.
Yeah, I'm fine with video game. I just had no idea what the hell I was doing. I was like, dude, I don't even know.
It's all right, man. All right, cool. So,
All right.
is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
All right, we're going out.
Yeah, that's
Peace.
it. Peace.